Hello and welcome to Joy News at 6. The news is live on Joy 99.7 and hits 103.9 FM in Accra, in Kumasi on Love 99.5 FM, and over 30 affiliates across Ghana's 16 regions, including Sankara FM Yendi, Castle FM Cape Coast, Laura FM Laura, and Radio Max Takrade. Get radio, TV, and online content on the myjoyonline.com interactive app for Android and iOS devices. Coming up, Assin North MP-elect James Jachi Kwesin pushes for his criminal trial to be put on hold barely 48 hours after winning the polls. We'll tell you why.
I have not committed any wrong to worry about what is ahead of in legal terms. No.
Also, President Akufo-Addo reaffirms government's commitment to sustain policy initiatives despite economic challenges caused by COVID-19 and Russia's invasion of Ukraine.
We've continued to keep the lights on. We've continued to provide free SHS education. We've continued to build new roads and repair old ones.
We have business.
Power crisis looms as Chamber of Independent Power Producers direct members to cut power supply to the Electricity Company of Ghana on Saturday, 1st July.
And on today's edition of Joy News, floods of trauma, my colleague Pakwesi Shandov takes us to Odoko Waterworks, where residents say they always dread the rainy season like a killer virus.
The NPP is complacent here because they believe even if they make a dog contest the seat, it will win. So they are not motivated to initiate any development for us.
I am Amiesi Nyamiche Thompson. Details shortly. This morning, Assin North MP-elect James Jachi Kwesin will today push for his criminal trial to be pushed on hold barely 48 hours after winning the polls. The High Court last week affirmed its position that the trial would take place on a daily basis starting from July 4. It, however, fixed a hearing for today due to Tuesday's election and Wednesday being a holiday. Mr. Kwesin has, through his lawyers, filed processes at the Court of Appeal asking that the court's daily hearing order be set aside. Legal Affairs correspondent Joseph Akable joins me with more. Joseph, we know the main concern before the election was that he needed time to campaign. What has necessitated this move?
So the lawyers say that a decision of the court, that is the High Court, violates the constitutional requirements that a person exercising discretion, in this instance prosecutorial discretion, must be fair and candid and not exercise such a power in a biased manner. They say that the court did not consider the constitutional rights of James Kwesin when it exercises discretion. Specific reference is made to prejudicial comments allegedly made by the Attorney General, which the court in its ruling said were not relevant to determining how it exercises its power to fix dates for hearing.
Thank you, Joseph. Also, Speaker of Parliament Alban Bagbin is meanwhile expected to swear in James Jachi Kwesin into office as MP for Assin North either later today or Friday following his election on Tuesday. Parliamentary Affairs correspondent Kwekwa Santi reports.
The Electoral Commission is expected to forward James Jachi Kwesin's instrument of election to Parliament latest Thursday for the necessary processes to follow. When James Jachi Kwesin is sworn in, it will be the second time he would have taken that oath. This will restore the status quo in Parliament, with both the NPP and the NDC having 137 seats apiece and an independent MP caucusing with the NPP. James Jachi Kwesin says he's not worried about his ongoing prosecution and will continue to represent the interest of Assin North constituents in Parliament.
It's the least of my thought. I'm focused on how I can get Assin North developed. The court can take its own course. I mean, as I said earlier, I have not committed any wrong to worry about what is ahead of in legal terms. No.
He also says his victory represents justice.
The victory belongs to them. The victory belongs to Ghana. And the victory belongs to rule of law, justice.
James Jachi Kwesin is expected to be in court on Thursday as well for his criminal trial to continue. Reporting for Joy News, Kwekwa Santi.
Queues have begun building up at some gas outlets in parts of Kumasi and in Koko in the Ashanti and Eastern regions following a nationwide strike by tanker drivers. That's according to LPG Marketers Association, who says some of its members have begun recording shortages. The Roads and Highways Minister is expected to meet the striking drivers today to impress on them to call off their strike action. Until then, Vice President of the LPG Marketers Association, Gabriel Kumi, tells Joy News the strike's impact has begun telling at some stations.
I've been to a gas station at Kenton Krone in Kumasi. Already there are queues there. I've also been to one at and I've seen a lot of queues there. On Monday, I did predict that by Wednesday, if this situation is not resolved, we will start seeing queues in the outlets. And if this should prolong to Friday, we are in for chaos. And even the petrol stations.
Chairman of the Tanker Drivers Association, George Nyanu, says they expect the minister, Kwesi Amakwata, to commit to fixing the roads leading to their depots as they meet today.
The strike is still going on. Just yesterday, immediately we called the strike. In the evening, the road and highway minister called me and said he's out of the country. So hopefully he will be in today. Therefore, he would like to engage us. I said, okay, fine. As a honorable, we will give you that honorable respect. So anytime you are ready to meet us, we will call all the executives to meet you, to listen to what you have for us. But what we are looking for is only to fix the road for us.
Yeah, Chairman of the Tanker Drivers Association, George Nyanu. President Akufo-Addo has reaffirmed the government's commitment to sustain key policy initiatives despite economic challenges caused by COVID-19 and Russia's invasion of Ukraine. He indicated that despite these challenges, government has prioritized providing essential services such as consistent power supply, free senior high school education, and infrastructure development. Speaking at the Eid al-Adha celebration, President Akufo-Addo reiterated government's commitment to the successful implementation of its major policies.
We have continued to keep the lights on. We have continued to provide free SHS education. We have continued to ensure drone delivery of critical medicines to needy and remote communities. We have continued to keep the operation of the Zongo Development Fund. We've continued to build new roads and repair old ones. We've continued with our one district, one factory policy and the program for planting for food and jobs.
And you had President Akufo-Addo. With the rainy season fast approaching, scores of Ghanaians in waterlogged areas continue to live in fear. On today's edition of Joy News' Floods of Trauma, my colleague Pakwesi Shando takes us to Odoko Waterworks, where residents say they dread the rains due to its devastating effects on them. They therefore want government to speedily address the drainage systems in the area to put their fears to rest.
Ahaka observed over the years that lack of rapid development in the area and virtually no drainage system forces running water into their homes. She's unable to sleep when it rains and recalls that she packs all her belongings on a table and stands waiting for the rains to end.
We always have to scoop out water when it rains. My house was even destroyed, but it's now taking shape. So we plead with the MP to come to our aid. We vote for them, but we see no change.
Naja Saki and Juliana Ankra recount that they always dread torrential rain.
The NPP is complacent here because they believe even if they make a dog contest the seat, it will win. So they are not motivated to initiate any development for us.
A tour of the area revealed a lack of sufficient drainage facilities in the entire neighborhood. But the Member of Parliament for the area, Sheila Battels, while sympathizing with the plights of her constituents, she however blamed the situation on the indiscriminate disposal of waste in the drains in the neighborhood.
All we will do is to encourage the residents of Ablikuma North, please don't put rubbish in the drains.
Komfo-Anokye never broke his allegiance to the Asante Kingdom. Baptist School, named after the revered fetish priest, Komfo-Anokye Senior High School, have ditched loyalty to the Asante Kingdom by booting out Asanteman Senior High School to make its first appearance at the national tournament of the National Science and Maths Quiz. They beat it by a 4-point margin to secure a slot at the preliminary stage of the competition. Emmanuel Bright Kweku has more.
Wonderful Anokye, wonders shall never ever rise beside the school's name. Blaze the lights, we fear no foe. We shall pursue until victory is ours.
In what I describe as an Asante battle between them Asanteman or Komfo-Anokye Senior High School, Asaribediako, and then Joabin Senior High School, they have managed to overtake them.
When I came for the balloting and I saw that Asanteman and then Joabin teaching Asaribediako. In fact, there is a biological term called loop. So my heart rate was beating loop, 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 loop.
When we got the next one and then they clapped their hands for us, I got the confidence that there is hope. Therefore, I thank everyone for trusting me.
So overwhelmed, like it's out of imagination. We even didn't think about this victory at all.
Prempeh College, the regional championship, we want to be in the same seat with you, and we are coming live and color.
Emmanuel Bright-Kweku's report there. And that's it for the bulletin. In our top story, Assin North MP-elect James Jachikwesin is pushing for his criminal trial to be put on hold barely 48 hours after winning the polls. I'm Amiesi Nyamche Thompson. Business is next on the Super Morning Show.
You know, Papa, see that? And it's rickety car. Hey, Papa! Bobo, so how's your engine now? It is half man, half amazing. Thanks to Quartz and you can feel better energy. Can't touch this. Hey guys, Sancho's engine just died like that. Yes, so somebody managed to convince him that there is a better engine oil than Quartz, and he switched. Sancho Panzapa. Now, which engine oil can be better than Quartz? No other, my guy. Quartz with its age-resistant technology, it keeps your engine younger for longer. Now you know. Have you seen the new bottle design? It's superb. Quartz 9000 from Total Energies there improves fuel efficiency. Why do you think Mr. Mane and Logoso have taken the Quartz Nation Movement World Cup like that? Hey, sorry. Chairman Mane. Chairman. Hey, Chairman! Quartz. Keep your engine younger for longer.
Okay. If I leave work now, I can beat traffic, get takeaways for dinner with the girls, and be on to pick up Sam and his mom from the hospital. Proud to belong to ABSA.
We know that life is go, 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 and that it's hard to make time for the things that really count. That's why with ABSA's digital channels, you can bank when, where, and how you want, so you can focus on what or who is important to you. Get things done simply with our digital channels. That's Africanacity, that's ABSA.
Life's battle during retirement are not won by the strongest. Sooner or later, those who win are those who prepared for it. Ensuring your future is your responsibility to your family and loved ones. Progress Trustees, a company that guarantees a cheerful life of retirement for both formal and informal sector workers. The Progress Occupational Pension Scheme, the Progress Provident Fund Scheme, and the Progress Personal Pension Scheme helps you achieve peace of mind during retirement. We also provide administration services for employer-sponsored schemes, including staff welfare schemes seeking to outsource their day-to-day administration of their second-tier occupational pension and third-tier provident fund scheme. Start your journey to envisage quality life during retirement by contacting us on 0504-368-048 on our website www.progresstrusteesgh.com. Progress Trustees, a joyous retirement begins here.
I sat up as the pleasant aroma wafted through the cracks in the door and into my living space. Whatever it was, smelled heavenly. I felt my palates open up to receive this very welcome guest. I mean, I had to taste. And as I rolled it around in my mouth, I realized I just loved the texture. And just like that, it was down my throat and giving my body life. I wanted more. Lele Rice does that to me every single time. Thanks, baby, for cooking today.
You're welcome. And as we continue to enjoy our favorite rice, Lele reminds us to observe all COVID-19 safety protocols because COVID-19 is still around. Lele, tasty food, happy family.
This advert is FDA approved.
For Pepsodent, smiles are one of the most important things we have. The problem is, globally, 1 in 2 children suffer from cavities. Pepsodent, with maximum cavity protection, helps to prevent the formation of cavities. Pepsodent, because every smile matters. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Home is your sanctuary. Home is a reflection of who you are, an extension of your inner being. Take your time, get it right. The furniture, the decor, the accessories, the lights. When it feels like you, it feels like home. Shop at Orca for the most variety of quality furniture and accessories to personalize your space and make your house a home. Visit the Orca Deco Superstore on Spinks Road today.
Charlie, that be the sound you hear when things make hot. I'm sure this is not battery, just cash flow. Laja no day. It is safe to say we are all facing challenging times. We are all wondering how we are going to lighten our financial burdens. Nowhere cool, but don't worry. With a little help from your trusted bank, Societe Generale Ghana, be biara fine. Societe Generale Ghana is making all its customers happy with the Yatiso Loans promo. In fact, SG Ghana customers and even non-customers who are on the controller and accountant general payroll can enjoy access to our amazing discounted loans. Don't waste time. Get your loan today. Step into a branch or call 0302-214-314 to get the ball rolling. Terms and conditions apply. Remember, promotion ends on 7th August 2023. Societe Generale Ghana. The future is you.
Don't you worry. Just be happy. Don't you worry.
Welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. And the 6 a.m. news brought to us by Total Energies. Total, we go the extra mile for you, Absa Bank Ghana Limited, helping you find a way to get things done. Coming up is the Joy Business Report brought to us by Glyco Life Travel Insurance. Glyco, we cushion you for life. Pius Kojobaka.
Hi.
Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning. Very well. Yourself?
God is taking care of his children.
Yeah.
How was the holiday? How was it?
Well, it was quite relaxful for me. I didn't go anywhere. I had to stay home.
Oh, you stayed home?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. You
Yeah.
had a great time, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I did.
Okay. I was also in the house, stuck in bed. I was on air on Tuesday for up until about 10:30 doing the
analysis
of the Assin North by-election. I mean, it's you've seen the president has issued a statement. The NPP issued a statement. They're all congratulating the NDC candidate. The president's indicated that's how democracy is. You don't always expect to win.
Yeah.
But really, what signal does this send to the president and the administration?
Well, for me, first off, the congratulatory message coming in from the president, gives some sort of beauty to our democracy. Having the president kind of admit that yes, indeed, you've won, and for me, it's a beauty of our democracy, irrespective of the fallout that happened during the period. Yeah.
Well, of course, that's the beauty of our democracy, but I'm sure for many of the NPP members, they looked forward to victory. They didn't get it.
Yeah.
The NDC says this is momentum going into 2024. On Monday, when we had this conversation, some persons felt that John Mahama's statement that, look, this is a referendum on the government could come back to haunt him. It doesn't, because his party is won. So that gives the NDC a lot of momentum. And, my friends in the NDC who have called me over the last 2 days have all told me, Charlie, this is a signal that the NDC is going into 2024 with victory. We'll find out more about that this morning, but also get to focus on polls. I mean, the polls had suggested that this was going to be an MPP victory, a very close contest. The reality on the ground did not show a close contest. What does that tell you, even when it comes to polling as part of our electioneering process? We'll get into all of that conversation right here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. But now time for the Joy Business Report with Pius Baka and the team.
Hello, great morning, everyone. Warm welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up in this edition, LPG Marketers Association warns of shortage of gas if deplorable road issues raised by Tanker Drivers Association is not resolved soon. Also in this bulletin, power crisis looms as Chamber of Independent Power Producers directs members to cut power supply to the ECG on Saturday, 1st July. And Ghana Union of Traders Association appeals to government to use the media budget to reduce taxes affecting businesses in the private sector. These and many more shortly. Grateful you could stay on. I am Pius Kojo Baka. Now, Vice President of the Ghana Liquefied Petroleum Gas Marketers Association, Gabriel Kumi, has called on the government to take urgent steps to resolve the concerns of the Tanker Drivers Association on bad roads in their operational areas. According to Mr. Kumi, some stations across the country are already reporting of shortage of LPG due to the strike started by the Tanker Drivers Association this week. He warned that the situation could get worse if government does not act swiftly to resolve the concerns of the drivers.
I did indicate on Monday that if this strike is not averted within 48 hours, we will start seeing queues at LPG outlets. And that's exactly what is happening now. At the moment, some stations have run out, and that has put a lot of pressure on the ones that have stock. But looking at the stock situation, within 24 hours, if they don't get any refill, by Friday, we are going to have serious crisis. And Friday will be leading into the weekend. And that will be very, very, very difficult for the country. We are going to need the drivers. We are going to dialogue. They are taking nothing apart from fixing the roads. Our stocks are running out, and somebody must listen to us. We have to fix this problem immediately. Our economy is not doing too well. We don't want this to come and add and deepen the woes of our economy. Please, government, fix this problem ASAP, immediately.
Gabriel Kumi is the Vice President of the Ghana LPG Marketers Association. A while longer in the energy space, and the Chamber of Independent Power Producers has asked its members to stop supplying power to the Electricity Company of Ghana by the end of tomorrow. The move is to press home their demands for the government to settle 30% of the nearly $2 billion debt owed independent power producers. There is more in this report.
An email from the chamber to its 6 members, cited by Joy Business, urged the thermal power producers not to supply power to the national grid beginning Saturday, July 1st. The mail saluted the members of the Chamber of IPPs for their unflinching support, adding, "It is determined to get results at all costs." The members include Sanon Asogli, Sen Power, Car Powership, AXA, Twin City Energy, and Senate. Together, they produce 2,010 megawatts of power. The withdrawal from the national grid is expected to create a power shortfall, leading to a possible power fluctuation or doomsday. This indicates the precarious nature the country will find itself if the thermal power producers go off the national grid.
A Business Desk report. Power producer Volta River Authority, VRA, has pledged to enhance its employee volunteer program under the community development program aimed at improving the lives of communities impacted by the company's operations. Speaking at the 2023 employee volunteer program at Temamaihan Senior High Technical School, Community Relations Manager Samuel Fletcher said staff of the company brings their experience to bear teaching in the classroom.
EVP for us is a very important program because it brings the VRA directly in contact with students in their schools. We call it the Employee Volunteer Program. The idea is to take some 20, 30, 40, 50, as many as can volunteer, employees of VRA, and we take them to the classrooms and we teach the students the various subjects. We complement the work of teachers. I think that some of us, if we had that when we were young, we probably would have done better than we are doing now. We have a lot of faith in it. So far, we've done more than 20 schools since we started and counting.
Samuel Fletcher is the Community Relations Manager at VRA. Now, President of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, Joseph Obeng, is urging government to use the media budget to reduce taxes to help businesses overcome the current economic challenges faced by the country. According to him, the enormous taxes paid by businesses is affecting the growth of the private sector. Mr. Obeng spoke at the Financial Economic Seminar Ghana.
Our credits are overpriced, and that we are not competitive to the rest of the world. This time we do not do business in isolation. We do business with the rest of the world. So If you are formulating a policy in your country and you do not factor what happens in your neighboring countries, it means that you are out of competition. We have to make taxes affordable. We've talked so many times that tax to GDP in our neighboring countries is far higher than that of Ghana. It's so because their taxes are fewer and then affordable as well. Ours is so many. So because their taxes are affordable, compliance level in those countries that we're talking about are so high that have made the tax to GDPs in these countries far higher than that of Ghana. And so it is very important for authorities to know, sit down with us again, evaluate things, dissect things, and then make cost of doing business very attractive here in this country.
President of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, Joseph Obeng there. Now, the Dean of the School of Engineering at the University of Ghana, Professor Elsie Efakofman, is calling on the private sector to support tertiary institutions with the needed resources to train employable graduates. Professor Kaufman was speaking at an industry roundtable discussion on transition from school to work organized by non-profit organization Education Sub-Saharan Africa.
We need to sit down, first of all, and set some targets for ourselves. How many professionals in the various disciplines do we need? Who is monitoring to make sure that we are producing the right caliber of people to go out into our industries? Do we have targets? To what level are we supposed to train them? What are the skills and competencies that they are supposed to have before we even graduate them? And how much will it cost to deliver on this? Let's be realistic about it. Where I teach, I am an engineering professor. I teach engineering. I need resources. If the students are not able to pay realistic fees for me to acquire those resources, somebody must provide those. I don't expect that government will be able to do everything. The demands on government are too much. But sometimes private people should be able to invest because they understand what we are doing and that they see the need for us to produce people who are actually able to solve problems, real problems.
Professor Elsie Efakofman is the Dean of the School of Engineering at the University of Ghana. Moving on to some other stories, the cost of food and petroleum items have seen an increase of about 10 times the actual price in more than 12 months since the geopolitical tension between Russia and Ukraine. A latest survey by international humanitarian organization Action Aid indicates that the situation has escalated, causing discomfort in many countries. The following report has more.
The cost of food, fuel, and fertilizer in some of the world's most vulnerable communities is continuing to escalate to crisis levels since Russia's invasion of Ukraine, with families spending up to 10 times what they paid almost 16 months ago, according to new analysis from international humanitarian organization Action Aid. A survey of more than 1,000 community members and leaders in 14 countries across Africa, Asia, and the Caribbean found that prices of pasta and fertilizer rose by more than 115% over the period monitored, while costs of petroleum products and sanitary materials increased by 80% or more, leading to soaring child marriage rates and worsening mental health. This is despite the latest UN Food and Agriculture Organization Food Price Index showing a decline in global food price of more than 11% since February last year. Community leaders in 10 out of 11 of the countries surveyed said rates of child marriage were increasing in their local areas, whilst more than half of those surveyed said the price rises made them feel sad or hopeless, prompting concerns about the impact of the crisis on families' emotional well-being.
Business Desk report there. Now, on Investor Eye today, we bring you some corporate measures to take to protect colleagues at the workplace after clicking suspicious investment links. Let's listen to Joseph Kokwe, who is the lead in charge of cybersecurity at E-Crime Bureau.
Right, so in a corporate WhatsApp group or in a corporate setting, once you detect that you've done something, like you've clicked the link, you've interacted with the link, you went to the site, you thought you were supposed to fill in some details, you started filling. The best thing you can do at that point is to report, right? So to report, if you're in a corporate WhatsApp group or a group, you report to the administrator that, look, it is possible that my account may be compromised. So on that perspective, what the administrator may likely do is that because your account may be compromised, and compromise can sometimes spread from person to person, they may disable your account temporarily until they figure out what is happening. But I think reporting is the most important thing. I think most people, and from what we are observing at E-Crime here, the reporting is really a big problem for most organizations and even on a personal level.
Joseph Kokwe is the lead in charge of cybersecurity at eCrime Bureau. Investor Eye comes your way every Tuesday and Thursday in the morning on the Joy Business Report. Quickly to the commodities market, crude oil opened trading at $73 a barrel after increasing marginally. Gold lost almost $3 and selling at $1,904 an ounce. Cocoa went up by $80 and trading at $3,338 a ton. Quickly to the currency market as well. On the currency updates, the cedi is still going for 11 cedis 70 pesos to the dollar. It is also selling at 14 cedis 80 pesos against the pound. It is trading at 12 cedis 60 pesos to the euro. And that's said for the Joy Business Report. Here with me, Pius Kojo Baka, and the Super Morning Show continues.
Every morning you wake up to the Super Morning Show. 99.7, that's the way to go. And when you're feeling down, Joy will pick you up. That's what we're here for. Keep tuning in for sure. It's the Super Morning Show. It's the Super Morning Show. Joy gives joy, don't you know? It's the Super Morning Show. 99.7, 99.7. Joy gives joy, don't you know? It's the Super Morning Show. 99.7, 99.7. Joy gives joy, don't you know? It's the Super Morning Show. 99.7 Super Morning Show. Joy gives joy, don't you know? It's the Super Morning Show. 99.7 99.7. It's the Super Morning Show.
Right, so time now for our inspirational song for today, brought to us by Duraplast Ghana Limited, producers of quality PVC pipes and water tank. Where Duraplast goes, water flows. And today's inspirational song is Joe Metal with Peace. supported by Toyota Superior Quality. So avoid all distractions, keep both eyes on the road and hands on the steering wheel. Be visible, drive with your lights on at night, and that's how to drive safe. Let me say good morning to you, Joseph Akabley. Good morning to you, Elton John Brobby.
Good morning.
Hi, Winston.
Look, but before we continue, the Legon stretch.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about drive safe, this morning I saw a truck, parked there in the inner lane, and you could see blocks used as triangle.
No one triangle.
Nothing.
The place around 4:30 when I got to that place, it was so dark. It was difficult to see the sport car.
Yeah.
Or the truck. Very difficult. No one triangle. Only some blocks that had been put on the road just to warn oncoming vehicles. But I mean, it was just a death trap.
Exactly, and a lot of people do these things. I mean, their vehicles have challenges, and then they just park them on the road. Sometimes use tree, leaves, branches.
Yeah. I think the triangles are very important, especially when our roads are generally not well lit.
Yeah.
And you are coming around the time that you're turning yourself use that road. I mean, it's only fair that at least they put a triangle at a distance. With that one, when the car light falls on it, it reflects. So at least you can see from a distance that you should avoid that particular lane.
There was none, and this is this mini trucks that they use to cut sand.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is like a 10-wheeler.
Exactly.
As we would call it here, a 10-wheel truck. Please, let's be careful on our roads. But let me tell you about Toyota, because they say, get ready to elevate your driving experience with a vehicle from Toyota Ghana. For a limited time only, Toyota Ghana is offering a bundle promo in any of the following vehicles: 1.4-liter Starlet, 1.8-liter Corolla Cross Adventure, 1.5-liter Rush. Purchase any of these vehicles within the promo period and enjoy an irresistible price discount. 1 year free comprehensive vehicle insurance coverage, 1 year free home insurance cover, 1 year free service, free starter fuel, but terms and conditions apply. Visit any of their showrooms in Accra, Kumasi, Tamale, Takrady, or call 0302-910-204. Credit purchase is also available through special arrangement with your finance partners, Toyota Superior Quality. But the other question is, why is it so difficult for us to, repair the street lights so they can function?
I mean, we have the street light levy still.
Yes, and you drive on these roads, it's so dark. Look,
everywhere actually.
It's just too dark.
Even the best of our roads, the street lights are not working.
Why? Why? You see, and so when you look at all of these things, and you are told to be paying more taxes, you ask yourself, what does the state give you in return? The state. Even our roads are poor.
The road is poor.
Look at the road from Teman through Abokobi to the Municipal Assembly, Gan East, is in such a deplorable state.
And it's been so for like 3 years.
I tell you, that road, Oyarifa Junction, through Abokobi, Teman, and through Teman to Abokobi, to the headquarters of the Gan East Municipal Assembly, that road is in such a deplorable state.
And sometimes they create the impression that they are coming to construct the road.
And they do nothing.
So they will start with the gutters.
Yeah.
And then after that, they will abandon the whole project.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's learn how to say it right. Brought to us by Kingdom Books at Kingdom Quality and Affordability, RVA Hallmarks, and Societe Generale Ghana. The future is you.
You say either, I say either.
Kojo.
Easy.
Oh, you don't sound yourself at all. What's the matter?
Sleep eluded me for so long last night. I'm virtually a zombie this morning.
Oh, you poor thing. I, on the other hand, had a cup of hot chocolate at 7 and was out like a light by 8.
You have no idea how much I envy you your 8 full hours of sleep.
Aha! In fact, come for an elbow high five. Thank you for saying it right.
You're welcome. Wait, what did I say?
You said I envy you your sleep and not I envy your sleep.
Oh, right. Yes, people do say I envy your hair, I envy your shoes and so forth, don't they?
Yes, but envy is a feeling you have towards a person because of their possessions or their situation. You don't envy the situation, you envy the person.
Exactly. Think about it this way. If you envy someone because of her husband, you wouldn't say, I envy your husband. That would mean you envy her husband because of something her husband has. And that's certainly not what you want to say.
Not if you want to say it right.
Right now, I just want to sleep right.
Oh, look at you. You can barely walk. Should I carry you?
Well, I envy you your weightlifting muscles, but thank you. Let me limp along, Damara.
Let me tell you that times are hard, and one thing on everyone's mind these days is cash. So whether it's cash to pay the bills or for your kids' school fees, your home improvement, or your building project, Societe Generale Ghana's got your back. The bank has launched the biggest loans campaign of the year, the Yatiso Loans promo. SG Ghana is offering discounted interest rates on its loans. Both customers and non-customers, including staff on the Controller and Accountant General's payroll, can enjoy access to heavily discounted loan rates. Yes, they say nowhere cool, but SG Ghana is here to lighten your financial burdens. Get a loan now by visiting any of the bank's 42 network outlets or call 0302-214-314 today. As always, terms and conditions apply. Remember, promo ends on the 7th of August 2023. Societe Generale Ghana. The future is you. And Kingdom Books and Stationery Limited wants you to know that now you could just shop by getting online. That's kingdomstoreonline.com, and they will arrange delivery to your home and office within a reasonable time. They offer free delivery within Accra and Tema and accept payment via Momo across all networks. Terms and conditions have applied at Kingdom. Quality and affordability are their hallmarks. Let's get into the newspaper review now, brought to us by First Atlantic Bank. Refreshingly different and Syntex tank. And you're strong and you're tough.
Right, so let's start with the daily graphic. Things getting better. Economy grow 4.2% in the first quarter of 2023. That's according to President Akufo-Addo. He was at the Eid celebration at the Blaster Square yesterday. The Vice President, the Chief Imam, all captured on the front page of the daily graphic. So 4.2, that is against, the IMF and the World Bank prediction that we're going to grow at less than 2%. 4.2, that's quite a jump. But if things can only be sustained for the rest of the year, that would have defiled the the prediction by the Bretton Woods institution that our economy will not go beyond 2%.
Well, and of course, government's own prediction is 2.8% or so. The thing for me, really, yes, it's good we're growing and everything, but in which sectors are we growing, and how is the impact? You see, you can grow, but you must grow in sectors that would impact positively the population. So today, I'm sure a lot of us, if you were to go around and ask people how they're feeling, they probably would tell you that times are hard. It's a good thing, but the reality is that times are indeed very hard.
Absolutely, and it's going to get even harder. Yeah, YEA secures jobs for 84,000 youth in 6 months. Judge affirms judiciary traditional authorities partnership. Democracy is about development. That's according to Jachi Kwesem, the elected member of parliament for Assin North in the central region. President Akufo-Addo lost peaceful pool at Assin North. Let me just recap some of the things he said. The President Akufo-Addo has stated that the peaceful and credible conduct of the Assin North parliamentary by-election has strengthened the country's democratic credentials. In the statement issued by the presidency, Nana Akufo-Addo commended the Electoral Commission, the security services, and the media for executing their mandate in ensuring a peaceful and credible election. Now, at the end of the day, Jachi Kwesien was re-elected by the Assin North constituents to continue.
When the president says he hopes that he gets a seat sooner than later, what does it mean?
Well, it means that 2024 is just around the corner. I mean, the statement he issued goes on to say that this is a wake-up call for the young people to put the house in order and to ensure that in the next election they may see. But there's also, the matter, relating to Joshua question is not over. I mean, there is a legal aspect that is still before the court. The outcome may also have some,
Well, when I saw that sentence in the statement, that was exactly what came to mind. I was like, okay, sooner than later sounds perhaps too early than 2024.
Yeah, sooner than later suggests that earlier than 2024, because everybody knows there'll be election in 2024. But the other question, and so you ask yourself, what is the president communicating? And for a lot of us, if we want to get meaning from what you're saying, we probably would look at all the things you've said on a particular subject matter over a period. What has the president been saying about Jachi Kwesing over the period? He says, don't vote for an MP today, court. Tomorrow, court.
He's actually going to court today.
So what's the president saying? But Joseph, you are a legal affairs correspondent, and I know that you, they say the lawyers have a nice way of making sure that a case will never be heard and never concluded easily.
I mean, they go through the processes. I can give you a very simple example. Opuni. He has been standing trial since 2017. I mean, multiple interlocutory appeals. When they make an application at the High Court, when they overrule, they go up. They go up all the way to the Supreme Court, all the way. They make sure that, and they will tell you that they are exhausting the legal process. That's the argument the lawyers make. And so we are in for a long haul. Just last week, the lawyers told us that they were satisfied with the court's ruling. Today, they are going to the High Court to ask the High Court to put the trial on hold because of a process they have filed at the Court of Appeal to challenge the decision that the trial will be held on a day-to-day basis starting from July 4th.
And that may end up at the Supreme Court if
depending on how it goes.
Of course.
So I mean, it tells you that this will be quite a long haul, and it appears later than sooner will the case be determined.
Exactly, and so it's. And I'm happy that President congratulates the NDC.
Right.
The MPP's General Secretary has also done the same.
But there were concerns that the President didn't mention James Jachikwesin's name.
But he says NDC.
All right. So talking about elections, so President Julius Maada Bio has won a second term in office, receiving 56.7% of ballots cast in the Sierra Leone national election. So that's the daily graphic. It ends with the defeats of the Black Meteors by Morocco 5-1. Yeah.
What were we doing in that game?
We were on air. We were on at the time. And I remember when I told Winston that we are down by 3 goals, they were all asking me that has the match ended? I said no, first half.
But I thought at a point in time you said it was 3-2.
Yes, it was actually 3-2. But I'm told the second goal was disallowed. Then eventually, in fact, it was actually 6-1 at a point. Then the 6th goal was also disallowed.
I mean, what kind of performance is that?
It was very poor. And it's important, it's under 23. That is just one step before the Black Stars. Yes. So it means that if we are going to go by progression, these are the next Black Star players that we have.
In fact, you have some of the Black Stars players already recruited.
They're all in the Black Stars.
Yeah.
Danlad and Fatawu Shahaku, they're all
in the Black Stars.
Yeah. So
5-1.
Yeah.
It's terrible. But they have a chance. They are playing Guinea tomorrow.
I mean,
if we manage to
if we win Guinea, then we'll get to the semi-final. We're able to, but it's difficult, my brother. It's difficult.
Let's see how that goes. The front page of the Daily Guide now. Sarkodie Yvonne battle over abortion will live to fight again. That's according to President Akufo-Addo, as NDC's Jachikwesin retains Assin North seat. And things will get better. It's from the president. 6 more Papavi fighters jailed 26 years. Sankofa Gold workers in police grip. The back page has the story about Asamoah Gyan storming Parliament. The former Ghana captain, we know, has paid a visit to Parliament as a gesture of gratitude for their support throughout his illustrious career. He recently announced his retirement from professional football after enjoying a successful journey. And so we know that Parliament celebrated him quite recently, and so he decided to visit Parliament. There's a photograph of Asamoah Gyan with Speaker of Parliament Albert Babin and Frank Anodompre, who actually delivered that statement that resulted in the good comments that came in support of Asamoah Gyan.
Well, Asamoah Gyan says that for the first time he's happy that Ghanaians appreciate Parliament, for instance, appreciates the things that, his contributions to Ghana's football. He's done well, he's done very well. He's a great striker.
I think there's never been a situation where you appreciate the saying that when you lose something, that is when you know its value than the Asamoah Gyan situation now. I mean, when you watch Ghana playing these days, those days, if the game is so tough, we know that if Asamoah Gyan is on the pitch, there just has to be one cross in there, one long ball, and one way or the other, Asamoah Gyan will get onto it. But now,
it's difficult. For me, that's why I actually say that, if you consider, I'm going to make a controversial statement. If you consider Asamoah Gyan's age, and this is a man who wrote BEC in 1999. So, you can see that in 1999, some of the guys were born in 1985 and in 1984. So Asamoah Gyan was playing football with his real age. Okay, so such a player, he could have played for 2 or 3 more years. Yeah. Because the reality is that
I think a lot of our players. I watched him a few times at the stadium.
But I guess that the last team he wanted to play for was Legon City. He took some money and then
he played for them.
He played a bit, but he didn't even. In fact, that's why I was coming to that. I watched him a few times at Legon City. So he had put on a lot of weight.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so he played for them for I think just half a season. Then he walked out of the contract eventually, and he didn't play again. I mean, he had put on a lot of weight. I think it's a bit more of the dieting and how.
Yeah, he had talked about how when he was here for the interview, when he was playing football, he ate fufu. When he was playing active football, he ate fufu and banku twice.
Yeah.
And now that he stopped playing, he says, fufu do. How do you go back? And are you done with the daily graph?
Just a quick one here. We are told that if we Akuto secured the tractor plant deal, the former Greek minister,
the dark horse in the race,
right? Wata. Workaholic Akuto tops all. We are told they have secured a tractor manufacturing plant due to boost mechanized farming and increase agricultural growth in the country. This follows extensive discussions held between him and Hatat Tractor during his recent visit to Turkey, where he delivered the keynote address as the special guest of honor at the African Investors Council Forum. And so, still working even out of office. Let's see how that one goes.
Well, that story is also on the front page of the Business Finder. Dr. Akuto lobbies company to set up tractor manufacturing plant in Ghana. Religious tolerance, harmony record must be maintained. And comes with a photograph of President Akufo-Addo and the National Chief Imam. The National Chief Imam has been phenomenal in, our country's, tolerance, stability, and the peaceful environment that we enjoy in this country. He's such a great man. And also here, reverse high interest rate on government's borrowing from domestic markets. Guess who's talking here?
The Deputy Trade Minister.
Yes, Stephen Amo. So, I mean, he says that, look, the situation where government interest rates, such as the treasury bills, are higher than investment instrument of commercial banks in the country should be reversed. This incentivize banks to invest in government instruments rather than providing credit to the private sector. And you can expect such a call from, the Deputy Trade Minister, because he's concerned that a lot of banks find it easier giving money to government instead of, lending money to the private sector to expand their businesses. Okay.
I remember when Kufuor came to power, one of the things he did when he announced the golden age of business was to limit government borrowing from the bank so that more money will be available to the private sector to grow. But it looks like the state of our economy now is such that it is difficult for the banks to loan to the private sector because of the high interest rate attached.
Yes, and the private sector also equally do not want to even borrow because of the interest rates.
Yeah, because it will be practically difficult to pay back. Most times in this present state of our economy. And my understanding is also that sometimes it is hiked to deal with inflation and all of these issues, I guess.
But you see, the reality is, following the domestic debt exchange, government reduced these treasury bill rates to. They offered to buy buy money. Let me put it, to buy money at say 18 or 19%, but now it's gone up to 29% again. And that's only an indication that the market is also saying, no, if you're going to give us this rate, we are not going to buy. And so you want to, but this is the point. If we maintain that high rates, it is true, first of all, if I am an investor, if I am a bank, I won't give you money. I'll give it to government. Okay? It makes easy sense. But you're also increasing our debt portfolio as a country.
But the issue of interest rates is very interesting because if you remember from 2017, even when the government, things were much better, the monetary policy rates went down and stuff like that, they kept making a point that the banks were even not responding to it. They still kept interest rates a bit high. And so the question now remains that even around this time that things are that tough, would they even want to go down enough to enable their businesses to be able to take the money from them? That's a major challenge.
Let's get to our online news review brought to us by Zenith Bank, in your best interest, and Goyle Good Energy. So let me ask you a very simple question. What do you do when you run out of fuel in your vehicle? Do you just stop up anywhere? No, don't do that. Let's introduce you to the Good Energy family and why you must be part. Goyle Super XP Ron 95 and Diesel SP are the best quality fuels with high performance in town for your vehicle. And Goyle Super XP Ron 95 is a high-grade fuel sold at the same price as normal fuel. Goyle Diesel SP is low in sulfur, making it an eco-friendly option for your vehicle with over 440 stations across the nation. Join the family that rewards you with quality for an energized driving experience. Goyle Good Energy. Goyle, yeah, idiom. So let's see what's on myjoyonline.com. NDC thanks Assin North for retaining Jachi Kwesen. Let's see other stories. NPP congratulates James Jachikwe as Assin North MP. Let's go to citynewsroom.com this morning and find out what's there. Oforiatta and Asenso Boachi expected in Parliament today. Okay, I'm sure they're going to be answering questions about flooding situation. I mean, there's something that keeps coming up. We know how Works and Housing Minister has been writing to the Minister of Finance to release funds.
We require 174 billion Ghana cedis to deal with flooding issues, and as we were told last year, for example, the allocations to the ministry was 500 million Ghana cedis. Less than 10% was released. So how do you deal with
the situation?
This matter.
Let's get into the BBC News now, brought to us by Fidelity Bank. Believe with us.
For decades, we have helped businesses connect with their trade partners all over the globe. From Ghana to Burkina Faso, Côte d'Ivoire, Benin, Togo, Senegal, China, Morocco, France, Netherlands, and many other countries. We have made it possible to bring Ghana to the world. We have brought small and medium businesses closer to their customers across the regions in Ghana with our SME support facilities. We have brought relief and smiles to the faces of families with our employee personal loans. With our cutting-edge technology and digital support, we take the burden of complex thinking off you, making life simple. That is who we are, as close as a partner. Bank of Africa. We are indeed the African bank with the global reach.
Want to feel energized for more? Fuel up with Super XP Run 95 and Diesel XP high performance products from Goyle. Our high grade fuel comes at no extra cost but with more power. And our Diesel XP, it's low in sulfur, making it an eco-friendly option for your vehicle. Experience high performance and quality with our products. Available everywhere. Choose Super XP Run 95 and Diesel XP for an energizing driving experience. Good energy.
Shit, wahala no get breaks so. What is it? Some customers have left. Their mobile money payment didn't come.
What? Avoid such payment issues with BluePay. BluePay lets you easily receive payments on your mobile device with no e-levy charges. Simply enter your customer's number and the amount to be paid on your BluePay app. The customer will receive the BluePay prompt to confirm with their PIN instantly. Customers can also pay with bank cards using the BluePay POS device. Call or WhatsApp 054-7220-200 or visit bluepay.com.gh to register and get BluePay for your business today. BluePay, never miss a sale.
Are you a corporate organization, e-commerce business, individual or student looking for a trusted courier company where you can track your package and receive SMS alerts to keep you posted? At IAS FedEx, we move your documents and parcels with care to the destination of your choice. With offices across the nation, we happily deliver your package to your office or the comfort of your home. With the assurance of safety and affordability giving you peace of mind, IAS FedEx has your package in good hands. Call us on +233 501 605,000 or +233 501 631,000. IAS, licensee of FedEx.
No matter your water needs, Sintex has it all. Sintex tank was first to introduce double layer tank, and now you can have as many layers as you want. Sintex tank was first to introduce white inner layer tanks in Ghana, and now introduces the customer specs order, which will let you order any color and size you want. Sintex tanks gives you the biggest warranty of 7 years, which no other tank gives you. So whatever your water consumption, size of project or demand, choose Sintex tank. Sintex tank, stress-free. Sintex tank, reliable. Sintex tank, maximum guarantee. Call 0244 335 168, Kumasi 0505 555 666, or visit sintexgh.com. Sintex tank, a strong, a tough.
Next, it's The Inquiry. This is the BBC World Service, the world's radio station.
Welcome to The Inquiry on BBC World Service. Venice, in the northeast of Italy. It's November 2019.
Are you looking for a new way to revise for your WASI? Then Joy Learning has everything you need in place. Yes, we are back with the 2023 revision show for SHS 3 learners. Don't worry, your favorite question of the day section wasn't left out. And you can engage with your facilitators during live TV lessons, ask questions, and get real-time feedback in the comfort of your own space. The 2023 revision show for SHS learners shows every Monday to Friday at 7:30 p.m. right here on Joy Learning. Joy Learning. Learning is so fun. Joy Learning. Keep learning.
The most exciting, entertaining, and competitive cookery show. Big Chef Tertiary Edition coming soon.
10 minutes after 7 here on the Super Morning Show. You know there are levels to headaches, but the worst kind of headache is when someone buys an item from your shop, sends you mobile money, leaves your shop, and you still don't have any notification of the cash hitting your account. That's when you keep checking your phone over and over again. Well, you can avoid that with BluePay. BluePay allows you to receive cash instantly from your customers. You only dial their phone number and the amount they owe. They'll receive the BluePay prompt on their phones to enter their PIN. Know what you would do. Or your customers can slot their bank cards into your BluePay POS, enter their PIN. Know what you would do. For BluePay, you will do with no e-levy charges. Call or WhatsApp 0547220200 or visit bluepay.com.gh, blue spelled BLU, to register and get BluePay for your business today. BluePay, never miss a sale. NIS Ghana Limited or FedEx Ghana wishes to caution the general public against online scammers on Facebook, Instagram, who befriend people and promise to send them items such as iPhones, MacBooks, AirPods, and other electronic items, and sometimes foreign currencies. There's always a syndicate between the person promising to send you these items and another person who will later call to inform you about the arrival of your items. FedEx does not ask customers to make payments for codes to be generated. Please avoid calls when the imposter tries to pressurize you to pay a certain amount as duties and taxes or delivery fee. Also avoid searching for FedEx Ghana's customer care lines on search engines. Please contact our customer care team on 0501 605000 or 0501 631,000 for confirmation. If you suspect a call from any person claiming to be calling from FedEx is questionable, email us on info@iasghana.com. And are you constantly on the move with no time to spare? Well, Fidelity Bank understands your need for quick and convenient banking that fits right into your busy lifestyle with over 7,000 Fidelity agency banking points nationwide, including convenient locations like Melcom stores at North Kaneshi Industrial Area, Chimota, and Frafrahagana post offices, and even fuel stations. You have a multitude of options to access essential banking services effortlessly. Whether you need to apply for a loan, deposit a check, request a statement, make interbank transfers, load prepaid cards, secure bank assurance, or even pay school fees or purchase ECG prepaid credit, we've got you covered. Fidelity Agency Banking is here to serve everyone, so don't miss out on the convenience we provide. Visit any of our Agent Plus points today. Use the Agent Locator feature on the Fidelity mobile app to locate the nearest Fidelity agent. Fidelity Agency Banking, we day everywhere. Call 0593-837146 to find out how you can sign up as an agent. Fidelity Bank, believe with us. So are you an accounting graduate with low self-confidence due to lack of practical accounting skills? Are you a tertiary accounting student who's worried over the lack of practical accounting skills in your field of studies? Are you practicing as an account officer or manager, but you need some coaching? Well, are you an accountant who's been kept to a single role for years and lack the confidence to apply for a new position which demands full accounting practice? Are you an accounting manager who's desirous to understand prudent financial management practically? Worry no more, because PFMT Consult, a firm established by a group of professional accountants, has set up the Practical Accounting Training Center to equip you with all the practical accounting skills you need to boost your confidence level. Are you a business owner who needs accounting graduates with practical accounting skills to work with? Are you a business owner who needs accounting services such as accounting system setup, financial account preparation? Well, call us on 0244 770754. 0244 770754. Locate PFMT Consult at Clago NDC along the Nungwa Shaiman Highway. Next session starts from the 3rd of July. Now, a polymaintained car engine can age faster. That's why we offer specially formulated quartz engine oil with age resistance technology. It's a breakthrough innovation that ensures optimal performance for your engine and improves protection against mechanical wear by up to 74%, even under extreme temperatures and pressure. Choosing quartz from Total Energies is choosing the engine oil that keeps your engine running efficiently and effectively. Quartz, keep your engine younger for longer. And the second edition of the 2023 ABSA Business Connect series comes off this Friday, June 30, 2023 at 10 a.m. on the topic New Thinking for Uncertain Times. Join our speaker, Theodore Albright, Managing Partner of the Family Office Africa, to embrace the power of a new mindset in uncertain times. The ABSA Business Connect series helps to take your business to the next level. Now, that's Africanacity, that's ABSA. And it's now time for Nutrition Line, brought to us by Nestle, and Nestle offers good food for a good life.
Having your baby try out different tastes and flavors isn't just about giving them a change of taste. This helps to develop their palate and prepares them better for accepting varieties of adult food as they grow. So go ahead and try any of our 6 Cerelac variants, that is wheat, maize, rice, biscuity, fruit pieces, and millet. Remember, each bowl of Cerelac contains goodness that helps your child's normal growth and development. Cerelac, it's all good, Mum. This advert is FDA approved.
This is Nestle Nutrition Line. Nestle Nutrition Line is a public service program from Nestle Ghana Limited. Nestle Nutrition Line offers tips on good food for a good life. Now to your presenter.
Hello, welcome to Nestle Nutrition Line. Today we're going to talk about how to handle food allergies and intolerances as part of World Food Safety Day 2023. I'm Jackie Ankra, also known as Na Adelisoa. Food allergies and intolerances are conditions where your body reacts negatively to certain foods or ingredients. They can cause symptoms such as itching, swelling, hives, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, or even anaphylaxis, which is a life-threatening reaction. The best way to prevent food allergies and intolerances is to avoid the foods or ingredients that trigger them. This may require reading food labels carefully, asking questions when eating out, and carrying an epinephrine auto-injector if you have a severe allergy. However, sometimes you may not know what you're allergic or intolerant to, or you may accidentally consume something that causes a reaction. In that case, you should seek medical help as soon as possible and follow your doctor's instructions on how to treat your symptoms. Food allergies and intolerances can be challenging to live with, but they don't have to stop you from enjoying a balanced and nutritious diet. You should consult a registered dietitian or nutritionist who can help you plan a personalized meal plan that meets your needs and preferences. The numbers to call 0302 517 020 or 0302 211 880. Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Toll free 0800 12 0001. Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to midnight. On weekends and holidays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. If you would prefer to WhatsApp, SMS, or call between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m., please try these numbers 0593 845697, 0593 845649, 0593 845708. You can also email consumerservices@gh.nestle.com.
Having your baby try out different tastes and flavors isn't just about giving them a change of taste. This helps to develop their palate and prepares them better for accepting varieties of adult food as they grow. So go ahead and try any of our 6 Cerelac variants, that is wheat, maize, rice, biscuity, fruit pieces, and millet. Remember, each bowl of Cerelac contains goodness that helps your child's normal growth and development. Cerelac, it's all good, Mum. This advert is FDA approved.
Imagine strutting into the most anticipated wedding of the year.
only to see 7 other girls wearing your exact same outfit.
You are special and one of a kind, and that's why whether it's voice, data, or SMS, you get to enjoy personalized offers tailored to your specific needs with MTN Just For You. Dial *141# or select your options on the My MTN app to redeem your unique Just For You package on Ghana's best mobile network. MTN.
Have you ever thought of the one that makes you complete? An escape from the clutches of interest charges. With the Standard Chartered Visa debit and credit cards, payments are completed at the speed of light, intertwined with interest earning accounts. You also get unbelievable rewards every time you swipe. You have access to over 1,200 airport lounges worldwide. High credit limits of up to 100,000 Ghana cedis and up to 50 days interest-free with our credit cards. You also get to enjoy full multi-trip travel insurance for 90 days. Fees discounted at your feet with our globally partnered merchant points. Bills are always settled, not battled. Get the Standard Chartered debit and credit card now. Call toll-free on 0800 740 100 or 0302 740 100 or reach us via email on feedback.ghana@sc.com. Standard Chartered, here for good.
1xBet jackpot is here with weekly massive prizes up for grabs. All you have to do is place your bets on any sports game and stand a chance to win. Simply register at 1xBet.com.gh. Use promo code JackpotGhana and place your bets. 1xBet is your key to great victories. Feel like a winner. 1xBet.
Gambling can be addictive. Bet responsibly. Not for person under 18 years. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission.
Welcome back, and our time for the birthday messages here on the Super Morning Show, brought to us by MTN. Everywhere you go, Bank of Africa, the African bank with global reach. Bank of Africa, as strong as a group, as close as a partner. And Niche Confectionery, Niche Chocolate Drink, made with Ghana's finest wholesome cocoa. Niche Chocolate is full of delicious goodness and rich with vitamins, minerals. Niche Taste of Ghana. So let's see whose birthday it is today. And happy birthday to my dear sister Christiana Mbia, Aziz Osman of Imperial General Assurance, and Albert Tapia of Tema Women's Hospital, Dennis Agbuche of GR Industries, and Pastor Godson Aful. I wish you all blessings and God's grace. And this is coming from George Mbia. Also, happy 6th birthday to Latoya Bosman. May you grow in wisdom, and may the favor of the Lord be your portion all throughout the year. Daddy and Mommy love you. And this one says, happy birthday, Susan Day. May the beginning of this milestone bring you joy and peace. And it's from your sister, Benis Day. Okay, great. So these are the birthday messages for today. Fentio Tahiru, Fentio, good morning.
Morning. How are you?
I am fine, and how about you?
I'm okay.
Great.
You all right, man?
I'm all right. I'm still a bit tired from Tuesday nights.
What happened on Tuesday?
I was doing election analysis.
Yeah. Good job.
I'm
Even though when we were talking off air, you had different ideas about how that was gonna go.
Of course.
But yeah, the coverage was super.
The
well
coverage
done.
yes,
well
of course. We
well
had different ideas of how that was going to go.
Yeah.
But of course, it actually brings into question election polls and everything.
It does.
Because the polls that called for, it said it was going to be a tight race. The evidence doesn't suggest it was a tight race. The team we sent on the ground had indicated to us per their conversations that it was looking like a Charles Opoku victory. And look, I'm not one who would run away and say I didn't say. I mean, so I was expecting Charles Opoku to. It didn't happen.
Yeah.
It didn't happen.
Yeah.
And that's it, really.
So it's a lesson for everyone.
I've stayed away from predictions.
It's not the first time, though, is it? Where like many people, posters always get.
Yeah, but
it can happen.
It does happen.
It's normal. It's like football predictions. You know, you do all the analysis. You say this team is gonna win. And they get blown apart.
Just that in election predictions, if you get it wrong, they don't forgive you.
Well.
But it's my very good friend's birthday today. His name is Emmanuel Kiwas Danku.
Mr. Danku?
Emmanuel Danku.
Big man.
He's a big man. I don't know whether you've tried Joseph before.
Joseph?
Do you know Joseph?
Is that...
It's a meat. It's a meat.
I know the other one.
Which one? You know the Angola
Charles.
goat. You know the red sheep.
I know what they call Charles.
I know the red sheep. But have you tried Joseph before?
I don't know what Joseph is.
Oh, that's cat meat. Catus mito.
I've never had cat.
Okay, so
I have had snake though. So
okay, I haven't tried snake before. My friend,
listen, it's delicious.
So I hear. Well, maybe one day I'll try it.
Yeah.
Maybe one day I'll try it and see how it tastes. But this friend of mine loves.
It tastes like fish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's white. And
next time when you get some,
it's to be honest, if you grew up where I grew up, you wouldn't find this surprising at all. And it's not like the tiny little snakes. We're looking like pythons, big ones, So it's not like maybe a rattlesnake or a desert snake or those tiny ones. No, those are dangerous. Those are not good for you. But like pythons, it's big. When they boil it, they let it stay in the. You consume it, you cook it in the night before, and then you consume it the next morning. That's when it tastes best.
I see. So let me tell you about. So this is my friend Emmanuel Kojo Danku Kewas.
Okay.
He likes cartoons, me too.
He's Joseph.
And I know that this Sunday, he's going to do that for his party. So happy birthday to you, Emmanuel Kewas Danku. Foima, I call him. He was my senior in Maoli School, 2 years ahead of me. But he loves me so much, He would deal with anybody who wants to deal with me. So happy birthday to you from your wife Pat and the children Harold, Haniel, and Hillary, and from all of us. We say we love you so much. Okay, so do you have any birthday dedication, or we get into the sports center?
Let's get into the sports center.
And it's probably brought to us by MTN. Everywhere you go, Standard Chartered Bank.
Here for good.
And Allianz Life Insurance.
We secure your future. Let me tell you.
1xBet, your reliable bookmaker.
Fantastic. Now let Allianz Life Insurance lighten your financial burden when the unexpected happens. The Allianz Farewell Plan enables you to cater for expenses arising from the unfortunate death of your loved ones, and it saves you the stress and anxiety that come with planning a funeral in this difficult time of grief. For more information on the Allianz Farewell Plan and other policies, call us on 0302 267 892 or visit our website on www.allianz-gh.com. Allianz Life, we secure your future.
And there's good news for small to medium scale business owners, because with MTN SME Plus, you get to manage all your operational costs in communication. The service simply allows you to choose from affordable packages and enjoy talk time, SMS data, and business content, all bundled in one subscription. The other exciting news is you get free on-net calls every Monday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Simply dial *5060# to sign up today. WhatsApp or call 0244308111 for more information and stay connected everywhere you go.
And one of the world's largest betting companies, 1xBet, is always looking for new ways to reward its players and deliver new promotions to engage as many customers as possible. This time, the bookmaker launched the Jackpot of the Week promotion, allowing registered players to enjoy the chance to have a share of the weekly jackpot amount. All the terms and conditions are available on the promotion page. Give your luck a chance. Sign up with 1xBet today and use the promo code JACKPOT to receive an incredible 300% bonus of up to 2,650 Ghana cedis.
So, do you lead a corporate business, a global subsidiary, or run the affairs of a small or medium enterprise? Well, as a key decision maker in your business, we know you want to make payments seamlessly and access real-time transaction data, whether you're at work or on the go. Standard Chartered provides the digital key to help unlock your business potential. The key is Straight to Bank, a single access end-to-end digital platform that helps you manage the needs of your business on the go. View transactions, pay your business partners and government institutions through Ghana.gov, facilitate real-time payments and collections with the latest encryption technology and security. Elevate your banking experience today with Straight to Bank, our award-winning digital banking platform powering payroll, cash management, trade, and securities. You can always bank on us. Kindly email premierservice.gh@sc.com to sign up today. What's happening to Declan Rice?
He's on his move. He's on the move. Declan Rice is set to complete a deal to join Arsenal Football Club after the Gunners made a new, improved £105 million to West Ham for his services. More on that a little later on the Joy Sports Centre with me, Tahiro Fento. But let's begin with football. Ghana's under-23 national team, they is still licking wounds from a humiliating 5-1 defeat to Morocco at the U23 AFCON. The Meteors were looking for a win over the host to confirm a semi-final bet, but instead they were embarrassed by the North Africans. The Meteors still have 3 points though after a 3-2 win over Congo in the opening day. Now, according to head coach Ibrahim Tanko, fatigue was the reason for their defeat to Morocco.
The Moroccans have 2 days more rest than us, as we see it in the game against Guinea against Congo, that the Guineas are very faster than the Congo. So I think that's the reason. We now have also 2 days to rest, both teams, so we are going to make use of it and then try to win our next match.
Yeah, that next match he speaks about is against Guinea in Tangier, where the Meteors will today touch down ahead of tomorrow's game. Ghana and Guinea are tied on 3 points each, but it's Ghana that needs to win to progress, with a draw enough for the Guineans to make it to the next round on goal difference.
While Guinea lie in second place, the Black Meteor sits in third. The two sides are separated solely by goal difference. Ghana's 5-1 drubbing at the hands of Morocco means the Meteors have now conceded 7 goals in 2 games, the most in Group A, as well as the entire tournament so far. Ghana has a goal difference of -3, while Guinea has a difference of 1, meaning the Meteors cannot even afford a draw in their final group game where they face Guinea. A win of any kind, even 1-0, will send the Meteors 3 points clear of their West African counterparts and back into second behind host Morocco, sealing the knockout round qualification, where they could face one of Egypt, Niger or Mali in the semi-final.
Michelle Queno. So the calculators are out once again, and they have characterized Ghana's senior national teams at all levels. But this never used to be the case, as Ghana established herself as a powerhouse of football on the continent. So how did we get here? Former Hearts of Oak and Liberty Professionals head coach J.E. Sapon, popularly known as Shapiro, says the focus of Ghana football's hierarchy has now shifted from development to money-making.
My former chairman, Nana Seteboa of the youngsters, was single-handedly handling them. Like even recent time, the late Nanedu was also doing to that to us. Nana Jimanbedu to Adriana. Some of them were not doing that for money, for monetary gains. It was a philanthropic measure to make the youngsters in town get jobs, to get something to eat. Now, it's not like that. You get a player, after dribbling 1 or 2 players, you see him in Morocco. After heading over the bar, you see him in Azerbaijan. So the development, what is it now? We are not here to develop them. Look at Akakere. I'm using Akakere because that's where I have been. Yeah. From Form 1 to Form 5, 5 years, and players will be playing. I mean, they will come to school first year, second year they will continue, third year they will continue. So when they get to Form 4, Form 5, they are up there. So Rome was not built in a day. But here we are, we push people to go. Oh, I've got a team for you. then the boy's head is swollen. He doesn't need to play in Ghana again because we are trying to take him abroad. He has lost focus.
What you're suggesting is that we've gotten to a point that we should consider coach system again?
Yes.
All right, Jay Safon says after dribbling one or two players, the players on the plane to Morocco. Speaking about football and money, the Ghana Football Association has increased its filing fee for the president of the association from 5,000 Ghana cedis to 50,000 Ghana cedis. That's a 900% jump. The association explains the administration of the elections is expensive. Hence, the decision to appeal to Congress to approve the new nomination fees. As a result, the Executive Council nomination fee, which was 2,500 Ghana cedis, has also been increased to 15,000 Ghana cedis, while Regional Football Association's nomination fees will go for 10,000. Congress is expected to consider the proposals on July 10. All right, more football-related stories. And Christian Atsu died 143 days ago in Hatay, Turkey. And with him, all his dreams, particularly the dreams of helping children in need. But yesterday, there were smiles in the central region, where orphans at Senya Breku finally got the keys to a classroom block envisioned by the late Ghanaian football star. Gary L. Smith was there for Joy Sport.
Good morning, sir. I am about to call one officer cadet. One cadet is ready for inspection. A young cadet officer from the Potin T.I. Amadea Senior High School, where Christian Atsu schooled, started off what was at once a joyous and solemn affair here in Senya Breku on Wednesday. Finally, the dream of the late Ghanaian football star to build a new classroom block in this community has been achieved. This project, a 9-unit one with a library and computer facilities, was envisioned 8 years ago by Atsu himself and a UK-based charity called Arms Around the Child, for whom the player was a global ambassador. Gain of Asioni was an integral part of the story from its inception.
It's amazing. We've honoured the work that we started back in 2016 with Christian Atsu. So it's a phenomenal achievement, considering these were the timelines we were working to if you've still been with us. So I'm very proud of everyone involved and all of the people that donated.
To say that the beneficiary children who are orphans are thrilled with the facility will be stating the obvious, as this new block replaces the dilapidated one they've occupied for decades. Also happy is Member of Parliament for Ewutu Senya West, Gisela Tete Agbotui.
I am particularly excited because of the sports connection. And Cheetah FC is just 5 minutes from here. They have their beautiful aspects. In fact, that's why I met Christian Atsu closely for the first time when he commissioned the Cheetah FC. And so and he's also Christian Atsu's godfather. So I am very excited about the connection between the football and the school. And I'm sure in about 2-3 years, great things are going to happen in the school.
Atsu lived for only 31 years, but his work here, as we have heard many times, will outlive him for many more than 31 years. Gary L. Smith from Bonsuoku, Senya Breku in the Central Region.
Wonderful stuff indeed. To athletics, and Ghana Athletics has set 10th August this year for its elective Congress, where a new president as well as first and second vice presidents will be elected. The Congress will be held in Techiman and nominations are opened till July 11.
We're looking forward to crowning the all-around champion. Nothing will stop this being an intriguing final, Liz. Born in Ohio, lives in Texas. She's a star wherever she goes. Simone Biles takes off.
That's right, and now she's back. 4-time Olympic gold medalist Simone Biles is set to make her return to competitive gymnastics at the 2023 US Classic in August. The 26-year-old, who's not competed since the delayed 2020 Olympics in Tokyo in 2021, took a break from the sport to work on her mental health. The American withdrew from 5 of his 6 finals in Tokyo over mental health and safety concerns. It's not yet known, though, if she will compete at next year's Olympic Games in Paris. On to transfers now, where Arsenal is making the splash after confirming the signing of Kai Havertz from Chelsea on a 5-year deal for £65 million. They've now agreed a deal worth £105 million to sign West Ham's England midfielder Declan Rice. Talks are continuing between the clubs over how the deal will be structured for the 24-year-old. So after nearly spending close to £200 million, is this the end of Arsenal's spending spree?
They've not been afraid to spend big and really back Mikel Arteta, and that's been a theme for them for a number of years now. I don't think they'll stop there either. They've got plans to really transform the team that came second last year, build a much stronger squad, because they didn't have much on the bench last season, and really push City and the rest even closer.
All right, that's London Evening's chief football correspondent, Dan Kilpatrick, speaking to the BBC there. Before we go, Bayern Munich are ready to offer £80 million to try and sign striker Harry Kane from Tottenham Hotspur after an initial bid of £60 million for the England captain was rejected. Meanwhile, Spurs have signed England midfielder James Maddison on a 5-year deal for £40 million from Leicester City. The 26-year-old has won 3 cups for England and helped the Foxes claim the FA Cup for the first time in their history in 2021. That's all the latest in sports here on the Joy Sports Centre with me, Fentio Tahiru Fentio. There's more sports on our website, myjoyonline.com/sports.
So, Fentio, Arsenal, they've done well.
Yes.
They have some money.
A lot of money.
Okay. It doesn't look like Manchester United wants to sign any player.
Well, the reports say that they will meet Chelsea this week to try and wrap up a deal for Mason Mount.
It's worth 20 million, 30 million. What's this 55 million pounds? Mason Mount.
I watch the watching. Your opinions are like noses. Okay. Pay the money.
Oh, as for the money, it's looking
Pay
like
the money.
But you coach in the Premier League.
Pay the money. But reports also say that Man United are now entering the race for Moses Caicedo.
I'd prefer Caicedo.
Apparently, they are so upset with Chelsea that they are now ready to scupper Chelsea's own move for Caicedo by entering that
Caicedo. I'd prefer him to Mason Mount.
Yeah.
Yeah, I prefer him.
They're different players, though. So
yeah, but I prefer him to Mason Mount.
Yeah, but it's not one or the other. You can have both. That's the issue.
They don't want to. We don't want to have both. We don't have money. Go and buy a striker. You are going.
Man, you don't have money.
You are going around in circles. No, we need a striker. Go and buy a striker. Look at what they're.
Chelsea have strikers for sale. Plenty.
Who and who?
Do you want Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang?
Oh, he's finished. Bukaku. As for Bukaku, we don't want to see
Romelu Lukaku.
We don't want to see him anywhere near Manchester United.
But you know one of the craziest things on the internet in the last few days regarding transfers?
No.
You know, Eni Aluko, the former England women's footballer, she's now a pundit for TalkSport. She went on TalkSport and then claimed when Manchester City put in a £90 million bid for Declan Rice, she claimed that she thinks that what happened was Mikel Arteta rang up his mate Pep and says, can you put in a bid for 90 million, which would then force the owners of Arsenal to put in a better and improved deal. So Man City did put in a bid, 90 million. It was rejected. And the next time you see, Arsenal have gone to put in a bid for 105 million. Initially, people rubbished what she said and said that she was a joke. Only for it to emerge yesterday that City were no longer interested in the player and that Arsenal have indeed put in an improved bid. And now it's not looking like a conspiracy after all.
It is not looking like one after all. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. Thank you very much, Fentio Tahiru Fentio, for joining us with the latest in the world of sports. And let's get interactive this morning. Maybe you're a Chelsea fan, maybe you're a Man United fan, or particularly an Arsenal fan and you're excited about your business in the transfer market. Join us on Twitter. Use the hashtag JoySMS. The social media messages brought to us by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank, Ghana AIDS Commission. Test to know your HIV status and take steps to protect your health. Number 10 liver salt, a refreshing relief, and GTP lifestyle. So does your existing salary account give you more? Is your salary in the right account? I'm asking you a very simple question. Is your salary in the right account? Okay. Let me tell you, because the EcoBank salary account is here to help you. Open an EcoBank salary account today and enjoy free life insurance cover, which covers temporary and permanent disability, critical illness, hospitalization, retrenchment, and death. With the EcoBank salary account, you have the ability to save as you spend, free debit card access to loans and more. The best part is you stand the chance to double your salary in the EcoBank double salary promo, reloaded from now till the end of July. So open an EcoBank salary account today by visiting an EcoBank branch or ecobank.com to open an account online for amazing benefits. Please beware of scammers who may contact you on this offer. Always visit an EcoBank branch or call EcoBank toll-free on 0800 003 225 for further details on the EcoBank salary account and EcoBank double salary promotion reloaded. Terms and conditions apply. EcoBank is the Pan-African Bank. Stay with us. We'll be right back after these messages with Food for Thought brought to us by Roverman Productions. Be the difference.
Hey, this one, Gantuan account. Why are you running? It's all about the EcoBank salary account. EcoBank salary account. Why? You gonna make me fly? I promise, it will make your pockets rise. The salary account comes with many incredible benefits, like free life insurance, which covers permanent total disability, critical illness, hospitalization, temporal disability, retrenchment, and death. Also save while you spend, access loans, get free debit cards, and the chance to double your salary and more in the EcoBank double salary promo reloaded. It's starting from this May to July 31st, 2023. And there are so many other consolation prizes to be won.
Hey, no wonder my hand was itching. This is the perfect account for my salary.
So go ahead, open an EcoBank salary account today. You also stand a chance to win more than double your salary from 1st of May to the 31st of July in the EcoBank double salary promo reloaded. Terms and conditions apply. This promo is under the supervision of the National Lottery Authority under the Caritas Lottery platform. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Home is your sanctuary. Home is a reflection of who you are, an extension of your inner being. Take your time, get it right. The furniture, the decor, the accessories, the lights. When it feels like you, it feels like home. Shop at Orca for the most variety of quality furniture and accessories to personalize your space and make your house a home. Visit the Orca Deco Superstore on Spinkters Road today.
Welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us. Time now for Food for Thought, brought to us by Roverman Productions. Be
the difference.
The difference. Good morning, Uncle.
How about you, sir?
Uncle.
It's always good to hear your voice. How about you, sir?
Thank you, Uncle.
You are one of the sane voices around us these days. And it's always good to hear you on air. Whenever I hear you on air, Ghana has survived another day.
Indeed, we have survived another day, and an opportunity to make an impact in our society and maybe turn things around.
That's right.
As we always hope for. Yeah.
Well, I would say gradually the day for I like what you like is drawing closer and closer and closer. We are just about a week away.
Sure.
From the first show next week Friday at the National Theatre, and like I said on Monday, the 2 day shows we added to our regular shows. The Friday show is for people who do not want to sit in traffic. And so that you close 7 o'clock, come to National Theatre. By the time we are done, we have an after party as well. You drive in peace and with great joy to your home because traffic would have gone down.
Sure.
And then on Sunday, 1 o'clock, for people who want to come in straight from church before they go home. So I hope that you take advantage of these additions to the regular 4 and 8 p.m. shows.
Sure.
Over the weekends. I was Monday. I promised a letter to my adopted children.
Exactly.
Now here it is, and with that, I'll be ending my presentations this year on Father's Day. My dear son, my dear daughter, Let me begin by thanking you for choosing me as your father. That is the difference between biological relationships and adoption. You don't get to choose your biological parents. You take them as they come, whether you like them or not. You try to love them because you have no other choice but to do so. But sometimes you don't really like them. In the case of adoption, it is a choice. You don't have to acknowledge me as your father. Being your father is a choice you and I made. And because of that choice, I want you to know that I feel very blessed and very rich. Yes, I am rich in people. And when I count my blessings, I count you being my child as one of my blessings. I know that I have been a blessing to all of you in diverse ways because you tell me so any chance you get. And it is good to know that I have, in one way or the other, contributed to your lives so far. What you may not know, however, is that you have all been blessings to me as well. I am a better man because of you. I take less risk with my life because of you. You all inspire me to continually go beyond my comfort zone. Writing and presenting 2 food for thought essays every week on Joy FM is not easy. Take this particular presentation for example. Yesterday, I was at rehearsals from 11 a.m. till 9 p.m.
Wow.
In between, I had an interview with KSM for his program. I got home after 10 p.m., exhausted, but I knew I had to sit up and compose this presentation for you and for those for whom food for thought has come to mean so much. Days like this are very common, and sometimes I am tempted to just repeat an old presentation, but I don't because of you. I know you look forward to something new and fresh from me every Monday and Thursday, and I'm determined not to disappoint you. As long as God gives me life and strength, I'll continue to use the creative gifts He has given me to delight and serve you and the many others who depend on food for thought. I've cleaned up my life because of you. I regard each of you as stakeholders in my life. And so I think of how anything I do or say will affect you before I do or say it. I know that if I say the wrong thing, those who know you are my child, will take their displeasure out on you. They will come to you and say, "Did you hear what your father said this morning?" I assure you that as much as it is humanly possible, and as long as the grace of God abounds towards me, I would ensure that whenever someone comes to you with, "Did you hear what your father said?" it will be said with admiration, and that person will be making the reference out of excitement and not out of contempt. Even the way I drive has changed. I am careful not to be reckless. I am careful to obey all traffic regulations, and I am a more patient driver with others, especially those who want to cross me in traffic, because I never know if the person who wants to cross me is someone who knows you and will come to you and say, "Your father is a very wicked man in traffic." As for insulting another driver in traffic or exhibiting road rage, I pray that God forbids it for me. For your sakes, I never want to lose my temper in public. For all that, I thank you. Just knowing that my life matters to you inspires me to take better care of that life and of what I do with that life. And now, I want to make a pledge to you as my child. Here it is. For your sake, I will always seek to be the best I can be. The best Christian I can be, the best man I can be, the best husband I can be, the best writer I can be, the best leader I can be, and of course, the best father I can be. I'll be a role model for you so you can imitate me and in doing so, become a better person. I promise to aid and contribute to your personal development. I will look out for your best interests, and in every way that I can, I promise to promote your best interests. And if you give me the permission to do so, I promise to demand and insist on the best from you. I will pray for you, and I promise that I will love you always. I know that there are people who scoff at the idea of having an adopted father like me. There are people who believe that you can only be father when you are one biologically, and that it is only a biological father who can speak into your life and whose blessings can cover you. I'm afraid anyone who thinks this way has not read the Bible seriously.
Mm-hmm.
To such people, I have only one question. How did Jesus become a son of David?
Exactly.
Answer, because Joseph was his quote-unquote father. Follow-up question. Was Joseph the biological father of Jesus? Of course, Joseph was not the biological father of Jesus, but it was through him, the non-biological father, that Jesus could be counted among the descendants of David. So, let no one play down the impact of a non-biological father on his children.
Sure.
And in the role of a father, and in the role of father to you, I want to end this presentation with my blessings for you, because I know that the blessings of a father like me have great effect. So, to my sons, may you have honor and may you prosper. May you find wisdom and walk in the ways of wisdom. May favor locate you every day. May you never be broke and go a-begging. May you earn honest living, and may your income and earnings be blessed and be more than your needs. May you find joy and fulfillment in your love relationships, and may you find the grace to be faithful. And now to my daughters, may nothing rob you of your self-worth. May laughter never depart from you. May there always be a special glow around and about you, a glow of beauty, confidence, and maturity. May you overcome your insecurities. May provision never be lacking for you. May you be cherished by those who matter, and may you find faithfulness and security and happiness in your love relationships. I love all of you, my children. Stay blessed. And this is from Dad. How about you say? That's my presentation.
Uncle, thank you very, very much for this presentation. And I like the bit about, Jesus Christ and David and what it should actually mean for us, even as, individuals and as fathers. Thank you very, very much.
Welcome. Have a fantastic weekend, I would say.
You too, Uncle. And that's Food for Thought, brought to us by Roverman Productions. Be the difference. And Roman Productions, in partnership with Joy FM and the National Theatre, is ready to excite you again with another brand new and hilarious play, I Like What You Like. I Like What You Like. So ever since Kwesi fell from grace, Iris, his wife, has had to take up the cost of running the home. But an unexpected announcement turns Kwesi's dreadful morning into a very exciting one and sets him on an adventure he's not ready for. Now imagine her frustration when wealth comes knocking and is taking his time to answer the door. How will he be able to handle the stress and pressures of gold unseen? I Like What You Like is a test of integrity, faith, love, and honor. And the play comes off at the National Theatre, Accra, from 7th to the 16th of July as follows. Fridays at 7 p.m., one show only. Saturdays at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m., 2 shows only. And Sundays at 1 p.m., 4 p.m., 8 p.m., 3 shows. Now that's Roverman's 1, 2, 3. You Definitely can't miss a play. Rate 150 Ghana cedis. Tickets available now via Korba short code *365 *535 hash. You can also visit the Riverman Productions pages on Facebook and Instagram, or call 0505 546 010 or 0505 546 030 for inquiries. Sponsors Ebony Condoms, Gino Tomato Mix, and GCB Bank PLC. Communications partner M Notify. Riverman Productions, be the difference. And it's now time for the Joy Business Minute, brought to us by Consolidated Bank Ghana, CBG. We stand with you, and McDan Aviation, your dependable private aviation solution.
Hello and welcome to the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana. We stand with you, and McDan Aviation, your dependable private aviation solution. Vice President of the Ghana Liquefied Petroleum Gas Marketers Association, Gabriel Kumi, has called on government to take urgent steps to resolve the concerns of the Tanker Drivers Association on bad roads in their operational areas. According to him, some stations across the country are already reporting shortage of LPG due to the strike started by the Tanker Drivers Association this week. Chamber of Independent Power Producers has asked its members to stop supplying power to the Electricity Company of Ghana by the end of tomorrow. The move is to press home their demands for the government to settle 30% of the nearly $2 billion debt owed independent power producers. And President of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, Joseph Obeng, is urging government to use the media budget to reduce taxes and help businesses overcome the economic challenges faced the country. That's it for the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana. We stand with you, and McDan Aviation, your dependable private aviation solution.
And looking for quick and hassle-free loan with no collateral required? Look no further, because CBG Smart Loan is designed to help your business access funds without collateral. With our SME Smart Loan, you can access a quick and hassle-free loan without collateral, comfortable monthly loan repayment schedule, collection services with our Sika Collect platform to save you the trouble of visiting the branch to make payments. Don't let financial constraints hinder your entrepreneurial dreams. Walk into any of our 114 branches nationwide or contact us on 0302 216 000 for more information. You can also reach us on all our social media handles, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Email info@cbg.com.gh. Visit our website, cbg.com.gh. For terms and conditions apply. CBG, we stand with you. And on Big Stories this morning, brought to us by Vodafone, further together, latest from your partner for life, Belmonte by CPO Developers, the ultimate luxury experience, and Access Bank, your number one remittance bank. Access Bank, more than banking. So the Assin North by-election ended with the NDC's James Jachikwesing winning. The president has congratulated the NDC. The NPP congratulates James Jachikwesing. But one thing, the polls got it wrong. One other thing, this is seen more as a referendum on the party, and for many, the NDC has the momentum going forward. How is this likely to shape 2024? And how come the polls got it wrong? What does it say about the polls? And when Ghanaians tell you they're undecided, what does it really mean? Does it mean they just don't want to tell you? We'll find out more right here on the Super Morning Show. But the Vodafone Edem promo is finally here. Receive up to 20% of your money back in your Vodafone cash wallet when you recharge with 5 Ghana cedis or more. But Nedem. And here's some more reasons to keep your conversation going with a DIM promo. You can send credit to a friend and they too will receive up to 20% instant cash recharge with 5 Ghana cedis and more from your preferred short code, your Vodafone cash wallet, credit transfer, my Vodafone app or other preferred payment platforms. The higher you recharge, the more you get back. Keep reloading in the DIM promotion and win with Vodafone. Vodafone, further together. Stay with us. Want to return after these messages. Our friends from UPSA will be joining us right here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM.
Hey, you ever buy credits where you get up to 20% of your money back before? Make I tell you about Vodafone's demo promo. See, anytime you recharge a demo, you get up to 20%, whether it be short code or your Vodafone cash wallet, or you don't use credit transfer to your number or someone else. And now you be high tech, so you don't use my Vodafone app or any payment app. However you do, Vodafone go send you up to 20% cash back. Into your Vodafone cash account. We'll reload here. But then you enter. Top up your airtime with 5 Ghana CD or more in Vodafone's demo promotion and receive 20% of your money back straight into your Vodafone cash wallet. Recharge and cash out in the Vodafone demo promotion.
Vodafone, further together.
Comfort, durability, finishing, quality. Choosing sofas and beds for your home, office or hotel couldn't be easier with an exclusive range of sofas and beds in various designs and colors from latex foam. There is so much choice whatever your budget. Latex foam, your partner for life.
Welcome to Belmonte, where luxury meets comfort. If you're in the market for a home that combines class, convenience, and comfort, then look no further than Belmonte. Belmonte is located in the prime East Legon area of Lagos Avenue. The Belmonte stylish apartment offers first-class luxury and cutting-edge finishing. Whether you are looking for an executive studio suite or a cozy one-bedroom apartment, a spacious two-bedroom apartment, or a custom villa, we have you covered. But that's not all. Belmonte offers a range of top-notch facilities to relax and keep you entertained. So why wait? Take the first step towards your dream home. Sign up for our 3-year payment plan and own your property today. Contact us at 0204 343 011 or 0204 343 015 to learn more. Belmonte is developed by CPL Developers.
It's morning in Africa. It won't be bright for another hour or two, but the continent is already on the move. Trade is kicking up and spirits are high as the continent prepares to move yet another 1 million tons of goods to markets across the seas. It's the hour for making tea and coffee, of cotton bales, splitting wood, diamonds in metal boxes, and tall, tall buildings going up. The train engines are revving up, factories are opening, and big undersea cables are pushing the continent alive. 4 time zones, 1 million opportunities, and vibrant young professionals 100 million strong. It's morning in Africa, and one bank is opening the door to endless opportunities. With seamless Pan-African payment and trade solutions and presence in Europe, Asia, and the Middle East, we are Africa's gateway to the world.
Access, more than banking.
In partnership with National Theatre and Joy FM, Roverman Productions present I Like What You Like, an original Ebo White play.
Hey, Kwesi Trumpet, what kind of misfortune follows you so much that when your rich auntie dies in the US, the only thing she leaves you is her ashes? Boy, you won't keep that thing in this household. Put it outside the gate and regard it as wakekeeping. Or you can use it for tea. Your here needs your share.
Well, his auntie named him a sole beneficiary to her estate.
I am his wife. How much is it worth?
Roughly $350 million.
What? Oh, Auntie Frida! Oh, Kwesi, we cannot leave her outside the gate. She will feel cold. Let us keep her on the dresser in the guest room and ensure she gets a befitting burial. Oh,
Shows at the National Theatre on July 7th, 8th, 9th, 14th, 15th, and 16th. Friday at 7 p.m. Saturdays at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. Sundays at 1 p.m., 4 p.m., and 8 p.m. Tickets available on the short code *365 *535# and all the usual outlets. 150 Ghana cedis. Sponsored by Ebony Condoms, Gino, GCP, and M Notify. Roverman Productions. Be the difference.
A bank that supports you, a bank that cares for you. Hand in hand, we stand with you. So lift your head up, big dreams are waiting. We'll walk with you wherever you go. Where all your dreams come alive, CBG will make you smile. We will rise with you. Your business will flourish. Your name will stand out. Consolidated Bank,
You know, I still haven't told my husband. I'm afraid of his reaction.
Oh, I thought you said you would try to disclose your HIV positive status to him on your birthday.
I wanted to, but never got round to it. It just did not seem like the right time to say it.
Don't you want him to go and test to know his status too?
Of course I do. I am just afraid of his reaction. I am afraid he will walk out on me and quit the marriage.
But you can't be too sure of that.
You know, the other day, when he heard HIV in the news, he referred to it as a bad disease. And I know a couple of people whose partners deserted them because they tested positive for HIV.
But it is also important for him to test for HIV and start antiretroviral medication if he is HIV positive.
So what should I do now?
Why don't we ask your HIV counselor at the facility for advice? Come on, let us call her and find out how best to disclose your HIV status to your husband and also get him to test for HIV.
This message is brought to you by Ghana AIDS Commission.
Are you looking for a new way to revise for your WASI? Then Joy Learning has everything you need in place. Yes, we are back with the 2023 revision show for SHS 3 learners. Don't worry, your favorite question of the day section wasn't left out. And you can engage with your facilitators during live TV lessons, ask questions, and get real-time feedback in the comfort of your own space. The 2023 revision show for SHS learners shows every Monday to Friday at 7:30 p.m. right here on Joy Learning. Joy Learning. Learning is so fun. Joy Learning. Keep learning.
The most exciting, entertaining, and competitive cookery show. Big Chef Tertiary Edition coming soon.
Are you looking for a new way to revise for your WASI? Then Joy Learning has everything you need in place. Yes, we are back with the 2023 revision show for SHS 3 learners. Don't worry, your favorite question of the day section wasn't left out. And you can engage with your facilitators during live TV lessons, ask questions, and get real-time feedback in the comfort of your own space. The 2023 revision show for SHS learners shows every Monday to Friday at 7:30 p.m. right here on Joy Learning. Joy Learning. Learning is so fun. Joy Learning. Keep learning.
The most exciting, entertaining, and competitive cookery show.
joined by the Vice Chancellor of the University of Johannesburg in South Africa, Professor George Mpedi. Good morning. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah, good morning, and thanks for having me.
Hope you're doing very well.
Very well. I'm enjoying Ghana. I'm enjoying Accra. You see, I'm supporting the local economy.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that you are supporting the local economy. But of course, I know you would enjoy Accra because later on, as we'll be finding out, you have a book, Labor Law in Ghana.
That's right.
I'm surprised. You're writing about labor law in Ghana.
That's right. Actually, I did this with my student. I'm proud to call him my student, Dr. Edwin Coleman, who studied in South Africa at my University of Johannesburg, and he's currently serving as my postdoctoral research fellow. And we researched a lot of topics in South Africa and Southern Africa. And when we talked about labor law in Ghana, he said there's a gap, there's a need for such a book. I said, let's give back. We shouldn't just take, we must give back. So we partnered. And we produced this book, which we'll be launching tomorrow.
I'll find out more from you about this particular book. But first, let's look at, the state of higher education in Africa and what the trends are.
Yeah. Let me start by saying there is good quality education in Africa. That is an important point to note. But the problem is that there's this new development where governments are not investing as much as they should in institutions of higher learning, and that is creating a big problem, especially after COVID, where we had to move to online learning, and we need to really strengthen our resources to ensure that our online systems are solid. So there is good quality education on the continent, but the problem is that it's not accessible. Where it's accessible, it's not excellent. So we need excellent and accessible higher education on the continent. We've got a number of universities on the continent that are competing very well globally, but the numbers are limited. So we need to invest in these institutions.
Talking about competing globally, I want to explore that a little bit. How do we compare to the rest of the world, particularly to the world's best?
Yeah, look, if you ask me, as a continent, there are universities that are giving global universities a run for their money, and I'm telling you, I can predict that in the next 20-25 years, a few of universities in South Africa will be maybe in the top 50 in the world. If we look at the current developments, with some of the universities, particularly in South Africa. But then there are areas where really we're not doing well because we are losing capacity. People, go overseas because of frustrations on the continent where there is no investment in research. So we need our governments to invest in these institutions so that we can continue to compete. No one is going to come and address Africa's problems if we don't address them ourselves. People always come and take and go, or tell us how to do things, or bring things that are not relevant for our continent. So we need more investment in human capacity.
You talked about, rankings. You talked about, in the next 20-25 years, particularly for universities in South Africa, you're going to be in the world's top 50.
Yeah.
But the question now for us today is why do institutions in Africa not fare well in international higher education ranking?
Yeah.
What really accounts for it?
Yeah. Let me start by pointing out that there are already universities on the continent that are doing well in rankings that matter as far as I'm concerned. For example, the Times Higher Education Impact Rankings, which measures the contribution of universities towards the attainment of the Sustainable Development Goals. University of Johannesburg is ranked in the top number 46 in the world, number 1 on SDG 1, which is no poverty and so on. But we need to look at this holistically in terms of other rankings. What makes us not to be as competitive as we should be? Firstly, we need to invest in our academic programs. That is extremely important. We need to maintain and retain talent. We need to graduate people with PhDs. We need to have these partnerships, public-private partnerships, to bring in resources so that we can do proper research and grow. Without such investments, I don't think we'll be able to compete adequately globally. But I have hope. Yeah,
I like the fact that you have hope. So, what then will be the future of university education in Africa?
Well, the way I see it, the future lies in us having, for example, what I call the digital twin of the bricks and mortar campus. The fact that people have to come to university all the time is something that will not be relevant. It's just like this thing with, do you have electric vehicles or internal combustion engines? I think you need both. You need to have that balance. Universities that do not prepare for that will not survive, as far as I'm concerned. Another thing is we need micro-credentials now. If you want to do a small bit at your own pace, then you can top it up and then go on. That is the future. But we must also remember not everyone who should be someone should go to university. We need to provide training mechanisms for people. We'll need artisans and so on.
I like that. I mean, let me just explore that a
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
Why do you say we need to realize that not everyone who needs to be somebody must go to the university?
Let me tell you, the perception out there is that you have to have you must be degreed to be somebody. And if we don't deal with this narrative, we're going to run into the challenge of having a situation where we all have degrees and there's no one who's working as an artisan and so on. I'll give you an example. Thank you. I'll give you an example with this 4IR technologies. At our University of Johannesburg, earlier this year, we launched a 3D concrete printing machine. It can print a small, low-cost house in 8 hours. And people, bricklayers, say these machines are going to take jobs from us. And I say, yes, they are going to take jobs from you. But it's an opportunity for you to be reskilled. Because if this thing can print a house in 8 hours, it means we will need more people to do the flooring, people to install lights who must keep up with these machines. So we need to balance that.
Okay, that's great. That's great. So let's get to the public lecture now.
That's right.
And the topic is what artificial reproductive technology, ethical and legal considerations through an African prism.
Right.
What's that all about? Tell us a bit more about the subject of the public lecture and why you chose this.
Look, let me start up with why I chose it. This is something that has been really bugging me for years. I spoke about this more than 15 years ago at my inauguration as a professor. And every year I see these technologies evolving and I'm like, we need to do more, especially as Africans, because this is moving at a rapid pace and legal and ethical regulatory mechanisms are lagging behind. So that's why I chose this. Now, artificial reproductive technology, as many would know, this is the technology that people who can't have children for whatever reasons can use to have children. But the point is, it is fraught with all sorts of ethical challenges, legal challenges that we need to flag. Because if we don't, then it's going to be a wild west out there.
Great. So, what should we expect from the lecture tomorrow? You're there?
You'll expect to be scared a little bit about what is happening. What is the future potential of this? I mean, people talk about artificial wombs. If we don't regulate this, there's going to be problems. We're going to talk about other benefits, but also flagging ethical consideration. For example, gene editing. If you edit a gene, what is going to happen, to this child and the future children of this child, and also humanity. So the aim is just to flag this, that those that use this must know their challenges.
But I want to find out more. I'm not scared so far. Yeah. I want to find out more about the artificial wombs that you talk about.
Yeah.
That should be a good addition to life, isn't it?
It's not yet officially sanctioned, but such technology does exist. The problem with this is that where will we be going as humanity if people can breed children just like chickens in a factory? I think that is really a dangerous place to be.
Really, that's advancement with technology, isn't it?
It is. We should embrace it, but we should embrace it with care. It's like fire, I'd say. Fire, you can use it productively, but it can also burn you.
Okay, so who's going to be benefiting from this subject matter? For that person listening to us right now is asking himself the question. Why would why should I even be interested? Why should we be interested in this subject matter?
We should be interested. Let me start by answering the question you first asked, who should be interested? Everyone, yourself included, but most importantly, our parliamentarians, policymakers need to understand these things because technology is moving at a fast pace and then we're slow to catch up. And once we're slow to catch up, people will do as they like, and it might be too late. In terms of who should be interested, you may think you may not need this today, but tomorrow you may be confronted with a situation where you say, I wish I knew. There are all sorts of challenges out there around this, and especially ethical issues that must be addressed.
Great. So you know where to be tomorrow. But before we wrap it all up, before we go, it's important we talk about, this book, a book about labor law in Ghana. And I was asking earlier, what was the motivation? Because you're South African. Yes, you have, you partnered a Ghanaian, but what was particularly your motivation?
For me personally, as I indicated earlier, my co-author is a student of mine. He's my postdoctoral research fellow. As academics, we talk a lot, so I'm a curious person. I asked about the situation in Ghana. I was like, how is it going, labor law and so on? And when he mentioned to me that really there is a gap in terms of an authoritative text, that would capture the situation from an analytical point of view, that, those that are interested in this field can use it, then I decided, look, we have to do something about this. And we worked hard, and then, here we are. And the beauty of this is that in our last chapter, we look at future developments that require attention, because not only about the present, you have to look at some of the things that are happening and the risks that employers are going to face, especially now with these new technologies like artificial intelligence and so on.
But before we get to the last chapter, what are we going to be seeing in the book?
This book covers individual labor law, but it also covers collective labor law. And as I indicated, collective labor law is from a collective point of view, trade unions and so on, and individual labor law is between, an employer and an employee, and the challenges and all the benefits and how one is protected, what are one's duties and so on. But we also highlight some of the gaps as we go along, that these are areas that require attention. And everything is important and exciting, but my favorite is the last chapter, as I've indicated, because we want people, when they engage with these laws, to be future forward-looking, to see what are the risks that are coming. Now we talk about e-hailing. Those drivers, are they employees or not? But at the end of the day, we know they're employees, but because they don't have an employment contract, they are left vulnerable. They don't have any protection that probably you and I enjoy.
Great, interesting conversations. And so tomorrow you're launching the book as well at 10 a.m. at the UPSC auditorium.
That's right, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need to be there.
You better be there.
My show ends at 10 a.m. So right after the show, I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
And folks, I'm sure from all that we've talked about, it's important. All of us should be there tomorrow. For that person listening to us, finally, Professor George Mpedi, what do you say to him or her on why he or she has to be at the UPSC auditorium tomorrow?
The most important thing is that there is a small chance of one acquiring a copy of this book, which is the first prize, because in that short period that we've got about 45 minutes to provide a high-level view, of the book and highlight key issues. I think people will benefit from that. I think that will make them curious to acquire the book. And we have copies, but a limited number. And those that are interested in a hard copy can order, and soft copies we can make available free of charge.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you very, very much, Professor George Mpedi, for joining us. He's Vice-Chancellor of the University of Johannesburg, and he speaks on the topic Artificial Reproductive Technology, Ethical and Legal Considerations Through an African Prism, tomorrow at the UPSC Auditorium at exactly 10 a.m. This is the Super Morning Show. Time now for Time with a Dentist. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
What do you know about oral cancer? Today on Time with the Dentist, we're going to learn about oral cancer and what we can do to prevent it or catch it early. I'm Dr. Gwendolyn Amakwe Baiche, and this program is brought to you by Pepsodent in association with Ghana Dental Association. Oral cancer can present as a growth or sore in the mouth that does not go away. It can affect any part of the mouth, be it the surface of the tongue, the lips, gums, the inner aspect of the cheeks, or the roof of the mouth, also called the palate. It is one of the major causes of death from oral diseases. And anyone can get oral cancer, but there are some factors that make some people more likely than others to get it. And these include all forms of tobacco use, be it smoking or chewing, overconsumption of alcohol, poor diet, persistent infection with the human papilloma virus. Treatment is possible, giving a higher chance of survival. There's surgery, radiation therapy, and chemotherapy, and these are all treatment modalities available. However, treatment will depend on the stage of the cancer at the time of diagnosis, and this is one of the reasons why we encourage regular visits to the dentist. The dentist plays a very important role in the early detection of oral cancers through thorough examination of all the tissues in and around the mouth, the hard and the soft tissues. Once the dentist notices anything suspicious, further investigations will be done to confirm and appropriate referral if need be. Oral cancer is cancer that occurs in and around the mouth. It can start as a swelling or sore in the mouth that does not go away after a long period of time. The palate is the roof of the mouth. The hard palate is the front aspect, and behind it is the soft palate. If oral cancer is diagnosed early, a complete cure is often possible, so don't wait until it's too late. Remember to brush day and night with a fluoride toothpaste like Pepsodent, and take charge of your oral health today. This campaign is proudly brought to you by Pepsodent in partnership with Ghana Dental Association.
It's the most action-packed breakfast show in town. The hottest music, the best giveaways, the great interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the best breakfast show in town.
Remix.
Coffee in your cup. Enjoy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
The remix of Buffalo, Tiny, Lasso, Hammer.
Are you looking for a new way to revise for your WASI? Then Joy Learning has everything you need in place. Yes, we are back with the 2023 revision show for SHS 3 learners. Don't worry, your favorite question of the day section wasn't left out. And oh, you can engage with your facilitators during live TV lessons, ask questions, and get real-time feedback in the comfort of your own space. The 2023 revision show for SHS learners shows every Monday to Friday at 7:30 p.m. right here on Joy Learning. Joy Learning. Learning is so fun. Joy Learning. Keep learning.
The most exciting, entertaining, and competitive cookery show. Big Chef Tertiary Edition coming soon.
Are you looking for a new...
Enye Jumada. Ete Mr. Mobnada. Young fan of form. Asia Hall number 3.
Funny from Lajemo, Oyate, Tiny, Makola Kwakwe,
Coffee in your cup. Enjoy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Tiny.
interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the best breakfast show in town. It's the most action-packed breakfast show in town. The hottest music, the best giveaways, the great interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the best breakfast show in town. Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best.
It's not a fluke, it's been tried, I'm the truth. Since turn out the lights from the world-class wrecking crew, I'm still at it, after mathematics. In the home of drive-bys and agmatics, swap meets, sticky green and bad traffic. I dip through, then I give you the DRE.
Sitting for the gangsters all across the world. Still hitting them corners and them lolos, girl.
Still taking my time.
So, Mr. Speaker, what we are saying is that we agree together. We want to fight corruption, but in the attempt, some are doing better and some are doing better. However, whether we are doing 1% or 2%, all the regimes, whether NDC regime or MPP regime, Corruption has been extremely inimical, dysfunctional, and it has given rise to a lot of higgledy-piggledy, mambo-mango, and then abracadabra. And I think it is time we all put all these things to a stop, and as a country begin to redefine new paradigm shifts in fighting corruption. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Now, I say, policy, now, so that I do be at them. Democracy now, but also be a now, it's painful, so yet. I not possible to say, big giant man, but I don't want my own yet, number one, won't just yet. What young, what you take about what great, I'm one and I'm from us any other. I didn't hear them.
Oh, okay. So the final voice is Deputy Trades Minister and then the Trade Minister. Anyway, let's continue. This morning we're having a conversation about elections, and we're talking about election polls, okay? So prior to the Assin North by-election, you had Ben Efson. He said, if you want to bet on, Charles Opoku winning. He gave his reasons. You saw the Global Analytical, so indicating that Charles Opoku was in the lead, but was a slim lead, 1.1%. But the evidence on the ground did not suggest a close election at all. So the question you ask yourself is, why did the pollsters not get it right? Why the difference in this? And so, for instance, somebody says, I am undecided in Ghana. Is he really undecided, or he just doesn't want to tell you? Do these people even use the right sampling techniques in getting the respondents? We get into all of that right here on the Super Morning Show. But let me just say good morning to all of you listening to us in Kumasi on Love 99.5 FM. Welcome to the Super Morning Show. So I've got a question for you. What is exciting, delicious, creamy, and rich with vitamins, minerals, and has the goodness of cocoa all at the same time? Can you guess what it is? Well, I had one this morning. It's the brand new niche chocolate drink made with Ghana's finest wholesome cocoa. Niche chocolate is full of delicious goodness, and niche chocolate drink comes in 250 ml bottle and 180 ml Tetra Pak so that you can enjoy it big or small. It's great for all members of the family. Visit a shop near you to get yours, and I know that you would love it. Contact Niche on 0531 818292 or 0277 779560. Niche, Taste of Ghana. Now, Absa Bank says they know that life is go, 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 and that it's hard to make time for the things that really count, so they wouldn't let banking get in your way. That's why with Absa's digital channels, you can bank when, where, and how you want, so you can focus on what or who's important to you. Banking has never been this easy. Transfer funds into your savings account, pay your old school union dues and your DSTV subscription, and many more with a click on your phone. Get things done simply with Absa's digital channels. Now, that's African Nicety, that's Absa. Terms and conditions apply. Visit absa.com.gh for further details. So you know that some people spend their lives trying to be rich. Others are born that way, not because of what they have, but because of where they come from. Choose the fresh mineral water that's made naturally rich by the same African soil that made you. Voltic, own your richness. When we return after these messages, we get into the conversation about the polls in the build-up to the by-election. We'll be right back.
Ojam, why you make quiet like that?
Oh, Charlie, I'll go do some POP, give somebody where the cornice is not fine, cry.
I always they tell you, see, for decorative roses and cornices, the solution be interface. Them have different imported cornices and roses in different designs and shapes. Installing them be so easy, and it go give your customer the finishing he wants.
Ojam, take me go interface right now before I lose this customer.
Interface Limited is the leading supplier and installer of finishing input materials for the building and construction industry in Ghana. Call us on 0274-999999 or visit our website at
www.interfacelimited.net. Facebook Interface Limited GH. Instagram Interface.limited.
My people, Philadelphia. Our very own Adansi Travels is 10 years old. I hope you remember what they did on their 5th anniversary with a 555 figure and even the power of 8.
Then this will be a 10 days thing.
That is right. We are going on a 10-day adventure in Dubai on a chartered Emirates flight full of Adansi travelers from 10th to 19th August. And starting from $1,650, you can be part of this Adansi-licious 10th anniversary tour. The rate covers flight, hotel accommodation, breakfast, visa, airport transfer, tours, and Adansi at 10 mega party at Dubai Desert Camp with the legendary Samini.
Adansi Travelers Tour. It's a vibe. The 10th anniversary. Don't be a part of this.
You can pay a minimum of $500 to book your seat and pay the rest till 15th July. Contact Adansi Travels now on 0595 500 817 or 055 631 0404 to book your spot now. Adansi Travels. Feel life's beauty.
When Solomon had finished praying, fire came down from heaven and consumed the burnt offering and the sacrifices, and the glory of the Lord filled the temple. It's time to pray and pray again. Are you ready for Stand in the Gap? 48 hours of non-stop prayer? Join the global gathering of prayer warriors, prayer addicts, and believers from the 6th to the 8th of July, starting 6 p.m. This year, under the mandate of our global lead pastor, Prophet Gideon Danso, we are declaring, let the fire fall. Joining him, our mighty men of God, the Reverend Ben Doku, Pastor John Hanna, Dr. Robert Ampia Kofi, Pastor Matthew Thompson, Pastor Nathaniel Bassi, Pastor William McDowell, and the sound of our house, EWC Live. Location is the EWC Prayer Factory, Jolu, next to the Allied Heights. It's your season of divine visitation. Come and birth your testimony at Stand in the Gap, brought to you by the Empowerment Worship Center, where God lives.
Are you hoping to start university this October? If you want a British degree from a world-class university at a fraction of the cost, then join Lancaster University Ghana right here in Accra. With a diverse student community, vibrant campus life, and 50% scholarships to support your study, Lancaster University Ghana provides you with a world-class education that creates endless opportunities globally. Don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Apply to join Lancaster University Ghana, where learners become leaders. Admissions are currently open for our October 2023 intakes. Apply now for our foundation and undergraduate programs. For more information, contact us on +233 030 221 8989 or send an email to admissions@lancaster.edu.gh. Lancaster University Ghana, the only British university campus in West Africa. Hi, now let me share my wildlife experience with you at Safari Valley Eco Park. On our arrival, we were greeted by experienced tour guides who took us through an orientation on how best to enjoy the experience. We were surrounded by wildlife from the moment we entered the eco park. We saw zebras, sable antelopes, crown cranes, maras, silky chicken, emus, wallabies, deer, ponies, and so many animals. We watched the animals roam freely in their natural habitat, undisturbed by our presence. Our tour guide told us so much about the wildlife, their behavior, and how to interact with them. I even fed them. We also went fishing. Then we took a break to have lunch in the beauty of the open space. All of this fun and activities for a starting price of 250 cedis, and it's free for children below 6 years. As the sun began to set, it was time to go back home, but not before our sunset dinner by the campfire. We've had a thrill of a lifetime, and I can't wait to visit again. Safari Valley Eco Park, bringing you closer to nature.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. And welcome our listeners to in Kumasi, listening to us on Love 99.5 FM. So this morning, yes, we're talking about the Assin North by-election, but from a different angle altogether. How come the polls got it wrong? Okay, so we know that Ben Epson had predicted that the NPP's Charles Opoku, based on his philanthropic work and everything, was going to win. The Global Analytics survey indicated that, he was leading by 1.1%, even though they made the point at the time that, look, his lead, which was in double digits, had reduced to 1, and was losing the lead. And so this means it was going to be, a close election. That didn't happen. Even for some of us here, we thought that the NPP's Charles Opoku was going to win. That didn't happen. So this morning we want to understand the polls and what they mean for elections. I say that the posters get it wrong or their sampling techniques and methods are not the best. We'll get into all of that shortly here on the Super Morning Show. But first, experience the excellence and global recognition of a British education combined with convenience and affordability at Lancaster University, Ghana. Expand your horizon and elevate your career prospects with a British degree delivered right to your doorstep. Apply now and embark on a transformative educational journey that will shape your future. Admissions are currently open for our October 2023 admissions. For more information, kindly visit lancaster.edu.gh. You can also contact us via email at admissions@lancaster.edu.gh or call us on 0302 218 989 or 0209 607 Lancaster University, Ghana, the only British university campus in West Africa. Now, CompuGhana LG one-day sale is here again, and this time is even better. Amazing opportunity to grab this Friday, buy big savings, walk into any CompuGhana showroom nationwide, and shop your favorite LG appliances on up to 40% discounts. Wow, this is great. It's time to purchase that television, washing machine, gas cooker, home theater, fridge, freezer, microwave, and any other LG appliance you've been craving for. Don't miss this sale on 30th June 2023 at CompuGhana. You can also shop online, CompuGhana.com, or call 0302 752020 for enquiries. Life is good with LG at CompuGhana.
Of the land, for weather and seek your future. Development our God, from vision to victory and
So on Tuesday, the National Democratic Congress's James Jachikwe emerged victorious in the Assin North by-election. Prior to that election, lots of predictions, some indicating that the NPP's Charles Opoku was going to win. In fact, you had a lot of them saying he was going to win. That did not happen, and that's the focus of our conversation this morning. But first, let's bring you a wrap of what happened in Assin North.
This is not Kumewu. We took Charles Opoku's money and spent it, but we did not vote for him. These were chants from some jubilant voters in Assin North after the NDC's James Jachikwe was declared winner of the by-election, which many pundits and connoisseurs have described as the most keenly contested by-election in the Fourth Republic. The exercise started in the early hours of Wednesday morning with hundreds of voters queuing to cast their ballots. Despite strong assurances of thorough security preparations, there were minor disturbances, including the arrest of an imposter who was clad in a military uniform. This, however, did not distort the flow of proceedings, which was generally described as peaceful. Amidst the process, National Communications Officer of the opposition National Democratic Congress, Sami Jemfi, expressed confidence in his party's victory. According to him, the NPP's candidate was no threat at all, describing him as a political prostitute. But he was not the only one oozing with optimism. The Ashanti Regional Chairman of the ruling New Patriotic Party, Bernard Entry-Boesiako, popularly known as Chairman Wuntumi, was equally confident about victory.
About 400 catch me say nipa 26,000 now to Sisia.
26,000.
Sisia me no say.
You did say.
At the moment, the angels have told me that about 26,000 people have voted, out of which the NPP already has 16,000 of those votes.
Yeah, number 16,000.
But after all the results from all the 99 polling stations were received, it was the NDC's James Jachikwe who emerged victorious with a total of 17,245 votes, representing 57.56% of the total votes cast, with Charles Opoku of the ruling New Patriotic Party garnering 12,630 votes, representing 42.15% of the votes cast. Sefenu Bennett Enyonam of the Liberal Party of Ghana managed 87 votes, representing 0.29% of the total valid votes cast. Speaking to the media after his victory, James Jachekwesin had this to say.
I'm focused on how I can get Assin North developed. The court can take its own course.
Look at our preparation and everything. It's been good. And this is elections, and it didn't go well for us, but it doesn't matter that we lost it all. I think we'll go back to the drawing board, prepare again, and come back in 2024 and make sure we can snatch the seats again.
The victory belongs to them. The victory belongs to Ghana. And the victory belongs to rule of law, justice.
Are you daunted by the fact that you'll be going to court very soon?
No. That's the least of my thought. I'm focused on how I can get Assin North developed. The court can take its own course. I mean, as I said earlier, I have not committed any wrong to worry about what is ahead of in legal terms. No.
It's a signal that the country is ready to do everything possible to stop a number of things that are going on. I think a number of things are at stake, and the people of Ghana are signaling that enough is enough.
We need to do an assessment of what went wrong there. So we look at our strong areas, try to consolidate our gains and protect our votes, and then try and send a strong message that will touch the heart of the voters in our opponents' strongholds so that we can win them or break it in those areas. That was the strategy. I think that you should not take the voters for granted if you ask this question. You should never underestimate the intelligence of the voter. Let the voter decide, and that's what they have decided, okay? But as a government, you owe it a duty to develop your country.
I'm just saying, I'm betting me at Danny Assin North for a drink. And yet, you mother. As a Miss Ramo Brother, young fan of form. I see a hole number 3.
A red for Ghana, a patron of the land.
Welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. So that was a wrap put together by Parkway Shandoff on the Assin North by-elections. So on Monday, we started a conversation about it. We spoke to Professor Kobe Mensah, who is political marketing expert at the University of Ghana Business School of the University of Ghana. We also spoke to Ben Efson at the time. Ben Efson making the point that he believes that Charles Opoku of the NPP was going to win. For Professor Kobe Mensah, he said, look, based on a few factors, even though he had not conducted a poll, he believed that the NDCs, if you look at the contest, needed this more, and thus we're going to win the elections. His predictions came true. So we asked that simple question: how come the polls got it wrong? This morning we're joined by two professors, one an associate professor and the other a full professor. Professor Ransford Jampo is Professor of Political Science at the University of Ghana. He's on phone. And Associate Professor Kobe Mensah, who is a political marketing expert, also of the University of Ghana, joining us on phone. Good morning, Professor Kobe Mensah. Good morning, Professor Ransford Jampo. Thank you very much for joining us.
Morning. Pairing the two of us together, we are going to be saying the same thing because I work closely with Professor Kobe Mensah. So I don't see what let's say that I was controversial. We think alike.
Wait, let's see.
Good morning,
Good morning, Kobe Mensah. Let's see how that turns out finally. But and I have different questions for Professor Kobe Mensah and different questions for you, Professor Jampo. So let me start off with you, Professor Jampo. So yes, you had indicated whenever you have been asked questions about elections, when you have not conducted research, you say I haven't conducted research. But for many persons, they've asked a question. The polls came out. Ben Efson had indicated Charles Opoku was going to win. The Global Analytic survey came out to say Charles Opoku was in the lead, with had a 1.1% lead. But on the day, the evidence was totally different. In fact, James Jachikwe won with about 5,000 more than 50% more than he won in the 20 election. In fact, about 100% because he won about with 2,500. The question is, how come the polls got it wrong, Professor Jampo?
Quality research is research that is based on evidence. And for one to be able to undertake quality research, the person must be socialized in the canons of social science research methodology. And if you are socialized in the canons of social science research methodology, you are trained in the art of research such that you would always know who to speak to with a view to ensuring that the findings and predictions that you make are with a certain degree of certainty. So basically, I believe that those whose research outcome and prediction were falsified simply had an issue with the methodology that they deployed on the ground. If your methodology is flawed, then you will not get things right. But when I heard some of the research outcomes being peddled around, I marveled because as a social scientist, at certain times, you would not need a soothsayer to be able to tell you the outcome of any potential research enterprise. At certain times, you look at the facts on the ground and you should be able to predict with a degree of certainty what is likely to be the outcome of a voter behavior demonstrated through voting. Now, it is a straightforward matter that Jachikwe had been made overly popular by the MPP themselves. And it was also a straightforward matter that the man had courted a lot of sympathy for himself. It is also a straightforward truism that the current economic challenges plaguing Ghanaians were going to shift voting in favor of Jachikwe. It is also a palpable truism that the people of Assin North are a people who are discerning, and it's an area that is described as cosmopolitan, and they are able to read in between the lines. And so the arrogant display of vote buying was also, in my view, quite insulting to many of them. And they were going to teach those who displayed these tendencies of vote buying some lesson. And so, for me, I didn't have to go conduct any empirical research. I mean, these were bare issues on the ground that made me wonder the basis for the prediction and the predictions or research findings of those who claim to have undertaken some research into that area. But it's a free society. Everybody says whatever he or she pleases. And so if you hear people claiming to have undertaken research and they go about banding their findings around, well, you can only also be cautious in not swallowing hook, line, and sinker whatever you are told. But I was quite surprised, given what I knew on the ground and what I still know on the ground. I was surprised that they claim to have undertaken this research. And one of the challenges could be that their methodologies were seriously flawed. And if you go through, undertake such an enterprise with such a flawed methodology, then you are likely to come out with findings that will completely not be supported by the true voter behavior of the people. So I'm saying these things, that the man was overly popular through the making of the MPP themselves. And I thought political strategy had eluded the MPP in the lead up to this particular elections. They made him popular. And then, given what was happening to him or what is still happening to him, and the fact that you had a whole sitting president going to make a prejudicial comment that the man is already on his way going to prison. Forgetting that Kwame Nkrumah won an election when he was already in incarceration. And I was surprised that the president didn't know, apart from the fact that the comments were so prejudicial, he didn't know that that comment could also elicit more sympathy for the man. And then if you look at the way and manner the campaign was prosecuted by the ruling party, it was it amounted to a certain insult to the intelligence of Ghanaians. As if we don't know what is going on in Ghana. Times are hard, and bread and butter issues are always now a key determining factor of voting, particularly in cosmopolitan areas like Assin North.
Okay.
It was going to play up against them. And lastly, the arrogance display of vote buying. Hurriedly going to construct roads, hurriedly going to commission new projects, and then when you are quizzed, what you are told is that, oh, these were the projects that were already implemented. And so it was already a program that we're doing. And so we are doing it, and it's not a matter of we using it as a vote buying mechanism. And I'm saying that this refrain that they give to us anytime we quiz them in their attempt to buy votes is quite insulting to the intelligence of the people of Ghana. And it's about time they change that strategy, because we know anytime there's going to be by-election, shoddy roads will be constructed. And the moment by-elections are over, the projects will be discontinued. When you go ask them, then they tell you that it was on our radar, we're going to construct it anyway. It was not because of the by-election. We are not dumb people. Okay. The people of Assin North, they are not dumb. They are able to read in between the lines. So if you're a politician and you keep on resorting to this particular stomach direction, vote buying attitude, and you cannot think to vary your strategy in the light of the fact that the people are now rational, then you yourself, you are more dumb than the people you are thinking are dumb. And so these are some of the factors that played up against the ruling party. Okay. And now it is important that they sit down to re-examine their strategy, very flawed strategy, and to see whether they can vary as they prepare to think about the agenda of breaking the eight. But I'm saying that their strategy was flawed, and they themselves made the man popular. They gave him a lot of sympathy, and the economic challenges of the country played up, and the fact that their arrogant display of vote buying also played up against them. These are some of the things that I thought could have shaped the research and enterprise of those who said they did some empirical studies and gave out findings. They are factors that they are the bare truth and bare factors. And so I was expecting that they would have known that these were going to be the deciding factors. But anything short of this meant that the methodology was quite flawed, and that's how come we didn't get it. They didn't get it right.
Let me bring Professor Kobe Mensah in at this point, because Professor Kobe Mensah, for some of, and Professor Jampo makes the point. You look at all of these, but others also looked at it and said, from the figures, you'd realize that in 2020, James Jachikwe did so well in Assin Breku, where he hails from. Now, the NPP was presenting a candidate who also hails from Assin Breku, who's a philanthropist, and so the belief was that was going to tilt the elections in their favor, because this was a man who was also liked in Assin Breku. Didn't that also matter in this election?
Thank you, Winston. I think my senior professor had completely exhausted the issues. Obviously, I would answer the question that you just, asked. But let me make one, what do you call request? It is not a mischievous request, but it's a request that has or that would have immense impact. The young people of Assin North have composed a song which they say, Charles Opokusi kan yedi ehanya kumewu. Please,
Yes.
that song, I wish that you guys will play it several times so that it sends a signal to the politicians that they cannot use money, use projects, just like Professor Jampo said. The people are not stupid. We have seen this over and over again. We should let them stop. And maybe some of these things, the young people's songs that they've actually beautifully composed, would be a good song for the politicians to hear. Now, on your question, you see, yes, the idea that, there are other factors, the guy is a philanthropist, etc. Now, I will give you a perspective of marketing.
Okay.
When you had gone to buy a watch from seller A and you found the watch tasty, now seller B comes, you don't know the seller B. Are you going to change your watch, seller from seller A to seller B, or you're going to maintain the same seller? In marketing, we say that repurchase can only happen if a company had delivered. Now, if there is a new competitor, that new competitor must plug perhaps the gaps in the first one and must bring every compelling reasons why you should change your, purchase. Your seller, isn't it?
Sure.
Now, the question is, we have seen so many constituencies hooting at their MPs. We haven't seen that from Assin North. In fact, not that I've seen. And now, the NDC is presenting the same candidate, and you're actually bringing another candidate, new candidate, which you claim comes from the same place and is a philanthropy. Now, how do you cross that gap? Because the point is that demographics alone don't win elections. In fact, it is about delivery. So if the people of Assin North are very comfortable, not very comfortable, but somewhat comfortable even with their MP, and you are coming with somebody who you claim is a philanthropy. Philanthropy is not the same as a politician. The skill sets are completely different. So for people to be able to shift their purchase behavior from someone who is a politician and they are somehow satisfied with to a philanthropy they don't know, I think that the old adage, the devil you know is better than the angel you don't know, actually applies here. So for me, the compelling offering wasn't there, let alone, they actually shifting from supposed satisfied person to another person. And what makes it quite bad, as Professor Jampo said, the entire country, I don't think, believes that the current regime has performed. So at the back of unsatisfactory performance, you go to the same constituency and you ask them to vote because over a night you were trying to actually construct a road or that everybody thinks that is a gimmick, especially coming from the back of Kumewu, for example. I think that it was clear that the people realized that they just want to be taken as, for granted. And as a result, they resoundingly rejected it. And even before the election itself, look at the evidences, as Professor Jampo actually articulated. You have someone that people haven't outrightly rejected or haven't sent footages to say that we don't want it. So somehow there's a certain satisfaction there. Now, you have somebody who is not politically attuned. He says he's a philanthropist, but he's not politically attuned. So how do you expect that people will move from the other one, to someone who is not? And the idea that the polls actually got it wrong. is because contextually, which Professor Jampo has also said, you have to analyze the numbers within the context. And in research, there is something called triangulation. Every researcher, academic researcher, will triangulate the data. We do not just say survey, quantitative, so you put it out. You have to triangulate your data with other sources in order to come to a conclusion that indeed the evidences that you're having is comprehensive. Because if you have one source of data, it means that you're actually looking into one dimension. You're actually having one spec and then watching it. In social sciences, we don't do that, which, for example, has articulately said. You have to have a certain methodology that is robust, that is rigorous, that can actually tell you that indeed the evidences that you are getting from here is being corroborated from other sources. I would have wished that those who did the study, and I'm not refuting their study because obviously in the polls give us some level of insight, but I think that they could have gone beyond the numbers to triangulate the data and add on top of the numbers the context to see whether indeed the evidences that they are getting is sufficient to put out as someone leading the race.
Okay. Finally, Professor Kobe Mensah. So, in the build-up to the election, John Mahama said this is a referendum on the performance of the government. The NDC has won, and for the NDC, it's a sign of things to come. Would you say it was a referendum on the performance of government and sends a signal
I don't think so.
to the
I don't
NPP?
think that it's a referendum because when we say referendum, we mean a very, detailed kind of thing, especially when it comes to elections. And I'm sure, for example, will be better placed to talk about this. In elections, when we say a certain vote is a referendum on the current administration, you need a complete wipeout. All right. And then, of course, the sample of that particular constituency must be a true reflection of the country. That is, it has to be a microcosm. You need to have the people there being a somehow very close reflection of the entirety of the country, not necessarily in terms of size, but demographies I'm talking about. You want to see that similar demographies can replicate or is replicated across the country. Then, of course, you could say that it's a referendum. But if it is not, reflecting some of these, frameworks in terms of how we say that a certain, election is a referendum, then I think we can't say that. Because there are some people who actually feel that the country has actually, the government has performed. Of course, they're in a minority because majority of the people. But also, the campaign has effects. Now, the question is, did NDC actually try out some new methodologies that they are taking into 2024, which had performed, which has actually yielded results, and as a result could be replicated? Perhaps they know that they have, or we don't know that they haven't, or they have, all right? So I think that, yes, the country is not in a good place. Many people don't believe that the country is in a good place. Of course, Assin North might have shown it, but I don't think that you say microcosm of what is going to happen in 2024. They need to do a lot of work.
Okay. Professor Jampo, would you say this is a referendum and is a sign of things to come in 2024?
Oh, I believe that Professor Kobe Mensah has explained, and I share similar sentiments. If I want to go further, what I know is that, if you look at the by-election in Kumewu and the fact that the NDC was able to appreciate some votes, and if you look at the resounding victory of the NDC in the Assin North by-election, what it tells us is that if elections were to be held today, NDC will win. But between now and 2024, it's a long period for so many things to happen.
Okay.
And so I am unable to predict with certainty who is likely to win the 2024 election, because things are likely to change. And if the MPP is really serious in breaking the 8, then they can put in mechanisms to address basic bread and butter issues. They can put in interventions that will stop them from dipping their hands into the pockets of Ghanaians to take away their pension. They can put in interventions that would bring a certain sense of economic and financial security to Ghanaians. And these may now then begin to play up in favor of them and then make the 2024 election quite competitive. But if they don't do anything about what is going on, and if they go on the tangent that I see many of them going, then it will be difficult for them in the future.
All right. Professor Ransford Jampo, thank you very much. Thank you also, Professor Kobe Mensah, for making time to join us this morning. We're grateful to all of you. Heard from Professor Ransford Jampo, Professor of Political Science at the University of Ghana, and Professor Kobe Mensah, Political Marketing Expert, also at the University of Ghana. Stay with us. We'll be right back with more.
Are you tired of struggling with bad financial situations? At Quick Credit, we understand the difficulties that come with transitioning to a better one. That's why we're here to simplify the process for you. With loan facilities from 1,500 cedis upwards, all you have to do is call, and we will take care of the rest. All you need is your national ID. No savings, no collateral, no susu, no deposits, and no account opening required. Quick Credit has you covered. Whether you're expanding a business, starting a new one, facing an emergency like school fees or funeral expenses, or even just in need of a salary loan. What are you waiting for? Call Quick Credit today. 0302 200 390 or 059 692 0833. We do not give loans via the internet. Quick Credit is regulated and licensed by the Bank of Ghana. Terms and conditions apply. Quick Credit. Lending made simple.
Say donut, 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 donut. Hey, donut, 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 donut. Donut, donut. Then come cotton. Donut, donut, donut. Malaria syrup, donut. Everybody follow not sa malaria. A 3D no not now. Wogonto malaria chill. Wohopopo. What do you do? I want the donut. A dabako. Donut. A damiano. Donut. A damiansa. Donut. Malaria syrup. No. Donut scatter malaria. Lonat ide scatter malaria.
A quality product from Blaze GVS Pharma. Yenshishemu hu se malaria wa wumujam ansana wanum Lonat. Na nam yensearch na malaria no daso wo hwa ko hu dokota.
This advert is FDA approved.
Someone smells great here. And fresh, my love. I wish I could stay in the shower all day. I know, right? Nothing beats a bath with geisha soap. It smells so good, it lasts long, and it's enriched with natural ingredients that work wonders for my skin. And it now comes with a fresh new look, giving us even more reasons to love our geisha bar.
New and improved geisha soap. Great new look, better fragrance, same natural ingredients, still all last time. This advert is FDA approved.
Be strong and last long. Like geisha.
Hello?
Hey!
I'm a far Charlie also.
My #1 international carpenter. I'm good, oh.
Nice one. Charlie, I'm trying to register my carpentry business now. Isa say you feel help me.
Oh, yes. All you have to do is go to the office of the Registrar of Companies, ORC for short. They have been mandated by the government of Ghana to register all businesses, including sole proprietorships, partnerships, companies such as churches, schools, NGOs, CSOs, associations, unions, external companies, and professional bodies.
Oh, sir.
Yes, so any business you want to register, ORC is the office to go to. Remember, ORC is still in the same premises as the Registrar General's Department, and all businesses registered with the Registrar General's Department are still valid. If you need more information, go to orc.gov.gh or call them on 055-765-3130 and 0302-666-180.
Charlie, then I have to look sharp.
Quick.
ORC, here to serve you.
It's the most action-packed breakfast show in town. The hottest music, the best giveaways, the great interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the best breakfast show in town.
I'm doing say bet me have done Assin North for Adrian. Enye Jumada. Ete Mr. Mobnada. Young fan of form. I see a hole number 3.
Arise for Ghana, up and shut up the land. Forward and seek your future. Development our good from vision to vision. Teachers are suffering. Teacher trainees are suffering. Nurses are suffering. And nursing trainees are suffering. Patients are suffering, students are suffering, traders are suffering, pensioners are suffering, drivers are suffering, contractors are suffering, civil servants are suffering, and farmers are suffering. Fishermen are suffering, and industries are suffering. Artisans are suffering, and kayaye are suffering. The disabled are suffering, and men are suffering. Women are suffering, and children and Ghanaians as a whole are suffering.
Coffee in your cup. Joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet. On Joy 99.7 FM.
Them say you know what you do where you do them trouble. I'm a gone your fan, I'm gonna open a trouble. I face him bing, oh feature. I'm gonna oh feature. I face him bing, oh feature. I'm gonna oh feature. Them say you know what you do where you do them trouble. I'm a gone your fan, I'm gonna open a trouble. I face.
With us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. You know, sometimes when DJ Ubeti and others get into their mischief, you ask yourself, what's influencing that? Anyway, let's talk about the youth of Ghana, because according to the 2021 census, 56% of Ghana's population is under the age of 25. However, the unemployment rate for this group is 19.7%, which is significantly higher than the national average of 13.4%. The 2022 Youth Compact for Ghana's Political and Economic Transformation report also reveals 4 key factors that contribute to youth unemployment, which is misalignment of skills to the labor market requirements, weak school-to-work transition frameworks and career guidance, weak labor market information system, and neglect of youth not in education, employment, or training. So this comes on the call for the private sector, academia and researchers and youth groups on the need for greater public sector collaboration with industry to enhance the quality of skill training. The good news is that the Design and Technology Institute seeks to highlight the value of precision in industries and quality products and services in job creation to ensure that goods and services and products are of world class. This morning we're joined by Constance Swanica, who is founder and CEO of Design and Technology Institute. She'll be telling us more about this. Good morning, Constance.
Good morning.
Nice to meet you again.
Yes, likewise.
Hope everything is going well.
Very well, thank you.
Great. So the last time we were talking about unemployment and everything, and you were showing us some of the ways to go about it. The good news is that today we get to get in detail about what you are doing. So briefly share with us what the Design and Technology Institute does.
So I always tell people that we're not a technical vocational education, center, because the minute you say that, people then think, the usual perception that, this is just the usual TVET institutions that I think most people seem to know. But we're actually a skills and education institute in the business of reskilling and upskilling young people to prepare them for the world of work. And giving them skill set that industry demands. So more industry relevant skill sets to enable them transition more readily into the world of work.
Great. So tell us about precision quality and how it can help address the quality standards as well as youth unemployment in Ghana.
We see this as a key missing component, because when you talk about the skills gap that the country is currently experiencing, it boils down to the curriculum that institutions are using. I think the last time we spoke extensively that are we preparing young people to meet the needs of industry? And so when you look at the curriculum, one of the key things that we realized was the lack of quality, and just using these two keywords, precision and quality, to really drive what the expectations of industry is. And so at DTI, the curriculum has that as the ethos, because coming in from industry, everything is driven by standards. And this is something that, because of the poor perception and the lack of investment that has gone into TVET in the past, you find that even though young people claim to be learning something in the skills area, it was not matching the needs of industry. And so you'd have graduates that will still come out and still cannot be employed. And so this is something that we're really advocating for the need to have deeper conversations around what the root cause of what this issue could be.
Great. So I know you have a conference. What's the Precision Quality Conference all about?
So every year, this is actually the fourth of conversations that we have. And so in pushing the agenda, we realized that there was the need to bring all the relevant stakeholders together. And so tomorrow we have quite a number of vice chancellors from both our traditional universities, the pro-vice chancellor for Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, that has 120,000 young people who would transition into the world of work. Sure. So how do we ensure that we bring all the relevant key stakeholders who would head some of our technical universities, bringing captains of industry, the public sector, the informal sector, young people together to really discuss what the gaps are. And so I'm happy to announce that in the last 3 years, we've been very successful to ensuring that the conversations around job creation, it has really gained momentum. And so the movement is growing to become quite a powerful one that is, ensuring that we're not just talking, but we're actually doing. We've been very successful to work with the Ghana Standards Board to also ensure that the new Ghana Standards Bill that was passed has the concept of precision quality to drive job creation. Also working with the informal sector, who constitutes 70% of, the economy, to really understand that, if we're going to move Ghana from here to there into the industrialized country that we all dream of, it won't be the usual way, buga way of doing things that they know, but for them to even understand precision quality at their level. And so just having these high-level conversations around precision quality as a missing component to job creation.
Great. I'm interested in the conference. So what's the theme of the conference?
It's the relevance of stakeholders, pretty much. So it's more a stakeholder conversation to drive the job creation agenda. And I think that when you talk about the power of co-creating and collaborating with stakeholders, you don't expect one person to just do everything. And I think a lot of the times private sector just seems to sit on the fence and blame public sector, who is also tasked to produce and draft policies to ensure that we have the enabling environment to thrive. But this is, we realize that when you bring all stakeholders together to discuss a conversation for the common good, that's when you really begin to break the silos of suspicion and mistrust. But how do we bring everybody together to really discuss that? If you don't sleep at night because you have so many young people out there who, out of desperation, would break your doors, then the time has come for us not just to be sitting on the fence, but how do we move these conversations to the next level?
Great. And talking about moving these conversations to the next level, who are the speakers at this year's conference?
So, interestingly enough, we have the president of the Greater Accra markets, Mercy Nijan, who heads about 64 markets in just Greater Accra alone. A lot of people seem to forget that the informal sector really drives the economy.
Sure.
Especially in the markets who, these women actually are the ones who control food prices. And you notice that once we start benchmarking inflation, usually it's driven by food prices.
Yeah.
And so when you talk about the agri value chain, moving, produce from farm to table, there's a lot of components that happens. And when you really look at Ghana being an agri-based economy, these are conversations that we forget that the queen mothers who actually, travel at 2 a.m. in the morning when we are sleeping to ensure that at 5 a.m. our markets are open, are the hidden faces that nobody really talks about. So she's the one who is going to be headlining the conference, addressing policymakers. We have the Deputy Minister for Labour and Employment Relations. We have academia, who actually also churning out graduates, who also are, agri engineers who should be working with these women to ensure that young people don't even look down on this sector. But when you look at the potential for job creation, how do we ensure that the people who are usually not at the table are brought to this conference to really, really discuss how to move Ghana to the next level?
So who can attend this conference?
It's a closed-door conference, bringing together all the various stakeholders that I mentioned earlier, but it's been live-streamed. And so in our efforts to ensure that the whole country really understands the precision quality concept, it's been live-streamed so that, we can open our doors to the greater audience to be able to take part of this conversation. And of course, we look forward to welcoming them remotely to ensure that they take part in this.
And when is the conference?
It's actually tomorrow at the Labadi Beach Hotel. And we're very excited. This is the fourth of the series around the conversations. And so we're excited and looking forward to tomorrow.
What time tomorrow?
It starts at 8:30 and ends at 3:30.
Oh, okay. That's nice. 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Finally, what do you think the private sector can do in supporting the precision quality movement?
The private sector is the engine of growth. I think we shouldn't really rely on foreign labor to do jobs that Ghanaians can do. So instead of also sitting on the fence and complaining and, blaming academia for not churning out graduates that they can employ, how do they partner with academic institutions? How do they also engage young people and ask them what they want? So I think this is the conversation that really private sector should be taking the lead in driving some of these things.
Okay. Finally, what will be your final message to Ghanaians, businesses, and government officials who are watching and listening as we wrap up the discussion?
I think the time has come for us to work more closely together. What does stakeholder collaboration really mean to us when we say or we talk about nation building? And I think for me, what does nation building mean to each of us?
Okay. Constance Wanika is founder and CEO of Design and Technology Institute. Thank you so much for joining us this morning here on the Super Morning Show. Stay with us. We'll be right back after these messages.
This July, get up to 50% off Electroland Ghana Limited products. Massive Discount Bazaar is on again. Get massively discounted electronics and home appliances
from Electrolux, Samsung, Media, ABB, Nasco, Homeland, and good news, Toshiba is having a clearance sale.
From Friday to Sunday, 7th, 8th, and 9th of July, 9 a.m. each morning at Coca-Cola Roundabout Spintex. Items are a mixture of brand new, slightly used, scratched, showroom display, repaired, and dented.
Call 050-315-9739.
EGL, home of electronics and affordable luxury.
The system has nothing on her. Those in power fear what she can do. She is Madame, and she is coming. On one hand, she's a humanitarian, and on the other, she's using them to seduce men in power for favors. Madame is a new drama series that explores the evils of an uncontrolled system where young women are exploited. Premiering Monday, 8th May at 8 p.m. on Aquaba Magic, DSTV Channel 150 and Go TV Channel 102. Stay connected on Star 759#.
Light up your Eid! This Eid season, Electroland Ghana Limited is giving you discounts on a wide range of products. Talk of Nasco, Media, TCL or Samsung, fridges, air conditioners, television sets, microwaves, washing machines, and many more. Masa, look sharpo. Visit any of our showrooms today and let the magic of the crescent illuminate your Eid today. Electroland Ghana Limited. Lighten up your Eid like never before.